Hello and good evening.
Where's Ryan? What happened to Ryan?
Grim is currently out fighting the hordes of the worm in the apocalypse and sadly will not be joining us tonight.
He's out there with his time-made GF, reversing time, bringing him back to death from death every time he dies.
It's a potent combination, I will say.
He's got the infinite life cheat going on.
Hey, it works for him, doesn't it?
That's the best thing about him. I'm putting my microphone back in my chest this time because the last episode we did was a little bit quiet, so I got my microphone back in my chest. Now, I have no idea if I'm peaking every time I speak.
No, I've got the levels here. You're good.
You got my levels right?
It's only when you laugh really loud is when you start picking the levels.
Howler, there you are. Thank you for coming back on. Is this Howler's first episode?
I think so, yeah. The last time I spoke to Howler was when I did that game night on Jackbox. Yeah, we
did a big party episode where we had everybody involved, but Howler didn't have the guest roll at the time. No. So I guess this is her first episode, yeah.
So welcome to the show, Howler.
There we are. Yeah. So there we are, and you signed up with this, and we got a bunch of fan scenarios. Though Kyle, I was actually a little bit starved for content for this episode because, as it turns out, the apocalypse itself is something that Werewolf players never actually interacted with.
I mean, I feel like it's hard to culminate a session with the apocalypse because, like, it's the literal end of everything. You have to build this up over the course of several years. Do what I do with, like, my Storm Kings group or my Strahd group, where it's like you have to have.
Apocalypse is in the name,
well,
and yet nobody ever questioned what the apocalypse would look like.
Well, I think the reason for that is most people just play in the here and now, and no one really thinks in the game it's going to happen.
Which is what Kyle's doing in STK right now.
Yeah,
it's not the whole idea of the ordering remaining broken has never come across your mind because to you, the players, that's never going to happen.
Yep, because we need to save the world, or else the fall of the ordering will lead to the destruction of the world.
Well, just destroy the giants. I never got that about Storm King Center. Why are we reinstating the ordering?
Oh no, we are. Don't you worry. We've killed two of them already.
No, that's the legit question I have about SDK. Like, why are we reinstating the ordering?
So that whoever's left doesn't go rogue and try to kill everything.
Well, that's all you got to do because you got the metallic dragons for that. Because in that part of the story, the chromatic dragons have got nothing. The giants are now, I've lost all their laws. Just get the metallics to help you out in that. The gem dragons, too.
We're already working on that right now, currently.
It's because it's Dungeon Dragons 5th edition, and it's nonsense story.
Yeah.
And then because they realized it was nonsense, they had no idea to just abandon it altogether and just say, here's another anthology book. Here's another anthology book. And it's going nowhere.
Anyway,
so you don't have D&D 5e lore channels anymore because there is no lore. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I mean, I care. But the only problem is, Anyway.
And we're not going to shift to making Daggerheart content either. That's not something we're doing.
Anyway, so back to Werewolf.
Right.
So
we went over to ask our fans about this, our beautiful fans, and only one of us wrote it to us because only one of them has a brain.
Don't say that about our fans. Come on.
Yeah, I'm now like to turn on my audience and call you all idiots, and drop my subscriber count to 0 or just 1.
1. I think Vic will subscribe to us no matter what.
Episode, everybody. Get ready for this.
Are you subscribed to yourself?
I am actually. I'm that kind of selfish. I am. I have to vindicate my own success, even though I'm not using vindicate properly. I realize.
Like giving yourself a like on your own comment.
Yeah, it's like that picture of the Olympic swimmer pouring like a bottle of water on himself while he's in the pool.
Yeah.
I was doing the meme where Obama giving himself a medal.
Oh, yeah.
The investigator found there was
good
no corruption.
Did you see that picture lately of Trump wearing a hat that said Trump was right about everything?
I did not, but that's kind of hilarious.
He's wearing a hat about himself.
That's stupid for any president. All presidents lie.
Yeah, that's true. That's what my dad always says. The president's just the best liar in the country.
If you went to his house and just like every portrait in his house was just a picture of himself.
I think it is. I think that would be funny, even though.
And every portrait was just labeled me.
Yeah, like Mr. Big in Narc.
I hate the fact that I would laugh if that was true. Like, I fucking.
It would not surprise me in the slightest.
So
We're off to a sterling start.
Enough of that song. Let's just skip the song. Let's get right to the episode.
come on, let's go. Okay, let's go.
All right. Let's go. Let's read Rapper's idea first.
Please.
Okay, yeah.
So, you remember how I wanted to say over the Tribe Falls episode that I want to come up with an alternate scenario for each of the tribes falling?
Yes.
So, Rapper held Wendigo one for me.
All right. What did he say?
All right,
I have a problem with the Wendigo one the most. That makes the least sense. Before you start, because
nukes.
Yeah, the nuking the cities. I'm like, the Glasswalkers and Vonars live in the cities. They're just okay with this.
Well, I don't care. I don't care how they get their hands on the nukes. I just care that they have the nukes.
Yeah, and another thing is, no one could stop them. No one could stop this one submarine.
No. Wendigo W. Wendigo Dub. Bring it up.
I'm sorry, but the Wendigo are not that powerful of a tribe.
Ring it up, Wendigo Dub.
No, the Silverfang alone could fucking brute force their way into that. There's no way the Glasswalkers would have shut that thing off.
You gotta stop these nukes while nobody's looking.
Okay,
well, I think this is why they say that like the whole country's fucked after Yellowstone erupts. So like, there's no power for the Glasswalkers to try and like use the satellites to hack into the fucking sub.
Whenever you said like all the volcanoes erupt, yet there's still a fight in Japan.
There still is. There's no Japan.
Not
if that
much
happened,
of
there would be no Japan.
Well, no, all the volcanoes in Yellowstone erupted. Like Japan was kind of sort of there.
Why
in the world, all the.
It's such good research for that little library they had in Chicago for all the books except this one. They never read a geology book. They never went over that.
No.
Kyle, when I was going to college, that was one of the first classes I took. You might as well rename it Apocalypse class because it was all the ways the world would end naturally. Or will end, rather.
Oh, really?
You know, we know for all these scenarios where this is just going to happen, there's nothing you can really do to stop it.
Your geology class was a lot more interesting than mine. We just talked about rocks.
Well, was it yours high school or college?
That was college.
Okay, well, the one I went over where we talked about the possibility of Yellowstone erupting, and there just wouldn't be a United States after that happened.
No, there wouldn't.
There were over 100 distinct Japanese volcanoids alone.
Now,
in Japan alone.
Yes. Wipe every single one of you out if that happened. Where another one too was the magnetic poles flipping, and what would be the consequences of that happening?
Wasn't that the plot of like 2012 or something like that?
Yes. Where that flip is going to happen. There's nothing you can really do to stop it, and it's happened before, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to keep happening until the world's magnetic core finally runs out of gas. It's just going to keep going on.
Is it for 111 active volcanoes in Japan alone?
Cool.
That they all went off at the same time.
Yeah. And there's no Japan.
There's no Japan if that happens, exactly.
Well, Revelations did say the world will be destroyed by fire.
Let me give you the picture of just how much of Japan is covered in volcanoes.
So you send the picture. Where is it?
There
it is.
That's a spicy meatball is what that is.
You're not. Every single kitsune dies in a single day.
Yeah, that's not good, homie.
It is that easy. It is that easy.
You know what would be
in
really
America? There's around 170. Like they really did not study how many volcanoes are actually in the world.
Just how much that would fuck up the world if that happened.
I mean, the world. It's called the apocalypse for a reason. The world is fucked.
No, because we're like, how is there still a battle going on?
And then what did they think about eruptions too?
I mean, they were probably in the Umbra when it happened, more than likely. It's the only thing I can think of.
There's your full map right there. So what did they think they meant by eruption? Like it just oozes out lava and that's it? No, that's not what eruption really means.
I'm trying to remember like what different kinds of shield volcanoes. Oh my god, that's a lot of fucking volcanoes.
Yeah, you see.
Yes.
You see just how ridiculous that
it's
this
not just
is.
shield. Here, let me see. Types of volcanoes. We're a geology podcast now. Get the fuck over it.
This is no longer the crash episode. It's the geology episode.
Yeah, no. So the stratovolcano is like the thing that like Mount St. Mary was, where it was like just like a whole bunch of pressure building up on a geothermal fissure and explodes out violently. People are thinking like the whole thing is shield volcanoes when Hawaii over here has the most amount of shield volcanoes on it, which are the ones that like slowly rises to the surface and oozes out lava. There's some on New Zealand as well.
There are over 1,350 proximity volcanoes on land worldwide. That's in the land. That does not include the volcanoes in the ocean.
And then there's the whole thing about Antarctica melting after that happens, and all of Antarctica melts, and what it's going to the sea level when all that ice gets pushed into the water. So that's fun. Yeah.
There is no the battle continues in Japan.
Gonna die.
There is no battle. There is no battle continues. You just fucked up the planet permanently. We gotta wait for the ice age to roll back around before this happens. Before we can finally get some land to stand on again.
Yeah, but what's the fun in that?
So looking at what we got.
What was Raptor's idea with the Wendigos? What does Wendigos win?
So his whole idea, he calls it Heartless, is what it's called.
All right.
So after all the volcanoes explode and we got next to no land to stand on, the Wendigo Warpath camp specifically says that they need to fight, but the Ghost Dancer camp suggests that they go into the Umbra and try to find a way to get the Croton back. Is the premise of it.
Ooh.
Okay.
House divided. Because out of all the tribes, Tena took the Croton loss with saying, "Ooh, that sucks. Ooh." I
think it's a little bit worse than that. Yeah. It is. My brother.
Yeah, it was, but they kind of quickly got over it. That's what I meant. But the Wendigo, that fucked them up for life. They were never the same after that happened.
And they never went to therapy. Never did nothing.
So if there was a tribe to do that, it would be the Wendigo first and foremost. And there's the whole idea is that with the Crotons too, were members of the Ghost Dance say, well, what if we went over and talked with the Croton after we revived them? And it actually turned out that the Croton knew more than we originally thought, where maybe they have an answer for the apocalypse. I mean, they knew how to seal the consumption worm, right? So maybe there's something that they knew that died with them. And they think, you know what, we're right. So the Ghost Dance goes into Malpheus and they fight the consumption worm face to face. And what do you think happens?
There is no way they
get
can
corrupted
beat them alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Where the consumption worm immediately grabs a hold of them, drags them all down into hell, and corrupts each one of them.
I want the Croton to be like, "What the fuck are you doing, you dumbasses?
Well, we came here to save you."
It's just Walter White screaming out of the car. No, Wendigo, no, you're gonna get corrupted. What are you doing?
Where Wendigo the Totem, you know how badly he reacted when Morning Sun died. So when that happens, he just goes to despair, looks at the consumption worm, and says, "Hey, can you please give me my boys back?" And then Consumption Worm says, "Oh yeah, sure, if you sign this contract," which Wendigo the Totem does, except Wendigo didn't read what the contract said at all, where sure, you get your boys back, but their souls belong to me in exchange.
They are now an avatar of the worm.
So in the process what you were saying, you can see that?
Yeah, I can see that. That sounds better than somehow Wendigos get one ship and nobody can stop this one ship from nuking all the cities.
And ironically enough, the Consumption Worm threw in a bonus. He said, "Okay, I have the Croton. Let me give you the Croton back, just so they can suffer." So the Croton get restored in the original numbers they were, and look around and see that the Wendigo have immediately taken their place, and there is no take back on this. The Croton are just stuck in the world after this happens.
Hey, look at all the shit we destroyed. All your native land.
And they're like, bro, you like did nothing to preserve any of our land? And we're like, well, we were too busy doing nothing and building a giant ice fortress up in Nunavut. So, no, we didn't do anything like the Wendigo always fucking do, because they do fucking nothing all the fucking time. But,
one of the funny things about the Wendigos, like, scenarios is, like, they get their giant ice place and they're happy, and no one's there. I'm like, wait a second, there's, like, 2 other tribes that like the cold just as much as you do. The Silver Fangs are still there, assholes.
We're going to have to get
they don't like the Silver Fangs because they're white.
Well, no, because they're in the snow. They have gifts getting around cold weather.
Yeah.
Yelled at them and said, "Fuck you, Whitey," and then slammed the door in their face. And
like, okay.
For reference, corrupted Wendigo, how they work, well, they're formed and they're corrupted. Each of the Wendigo perform surgery on themselves, where they reach into their chest, pull up their hearts, and just set it off to the side. And
like that monster in Elder Scrolls, the Skyrim, the fucking thing you had to fight.
I know what
I
you're talking
forget
about,
the
but the name is escaping me too.
Yeah.
But they essentially become liches when this happens, where the heart is the phylactery, where a Wendigo will come after you, and it is impossible to kill it without destroying the heart.
That's kind of
And that's what
terrifying.
Well, that is terrifying. But
the
they're
Terminator.
still not the strongest.
Yeah, where sure they're good for like one-on-one solo kind of stuff, but in a team effort, you can take down a Wendigo. If Kyle with the live play we do, if you had a gang fight against the road, she would very quickly get overwhelmed.
Try hard.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, but I decided to bail you out of the cyber situation that you was in.
And there we are.
I actually have a
That's
fallen.
to keep the plot moving forward. I didn't have much plan aside from that. Sorry, go ahead.
I actually had a fallen tribe idea too.
All right, tell
Please
us
share.
the idea.
So people think that the Red Talons hate the Weaver. That's only if you think of the Weaver as technology. If you remember, the Weaver is also patterns. They used to actually like the Weaver. They were very pattern orient. They would go, I find prey, I sneak on prey, I give prey a chance to run away, I chase prey, I either catch prey or prey gets away. They used to like patterns, and they actually believed that when humans became predators, they believed the Weaver hated that because humans broke the pattern. So let's say somewhere like where it's really polluted, China or India, is massively polluted. The Weaver can go to the Red Talons for a deal. Hey, you help me, and I will help you restore all of this wild, because the Weaver doesn't actually want Gaia to die. The Weaver, I will keep humans in the city, and you can have everything else. And the nature becomes like a pattern Disney-like thing. And you have this place like in China or India where the Red Talons are helping the Weaver. And you just have them like grabbing humans, not killing them. This is what's surprising, but dragging them towards like these machines and putting them in there. Like they're putting the humans in the Matrix simulator.
Oh,
You
interesting.
can stay here, and then we get to keep the cities. I mean, we get to keep everything else. You get to have these little major cities. And I tried drawing it. I'm not a great drawer. These are things they're putting the humans in. They plug in, and there's a human in there.
A little med bed cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
This is what those UFO wackadoos tell you when the aliens come down and put you in a med bed. That will turn you into a 12 helix DNA organism.
They took me and they stuck something in my butt.
Because
not in the good way.
Places like China and India are so massively polluted that there's little to no wild left. That I can see in that place, the Red Talons would be desperate enough that they would ally themselves with the Weaver.
That is a really neat concept. I feel like getting
we'll take all the
to
humans and push them over there.
Basically, they basically put them in like these pods, these Kowloon pods, just in a single city. Everything else grows over. It's like, you go on and play in your wildlife. I'll get all these people in my perfect little bubble, and I'll have my perfect little glued model right over here, as long as the Red Talons don't touch it.
And this is a human that helps them do it. Let's go right here.
Oh, wait, hang on. Who the fuck is this?
Where did you find this picture, Johnny? What is this?
What is this?
Oh my gosh. Johnny's losing it.
He always does, but like, what the fuck is this?
This dude's got a bunch of copper wire wrapped around him.
Yeah, we got that, but like, who is he?
This is Dr. Kusal Ush. Where he got his doctorate, I don't know. We can buy, well, how many books does this guy have on Amazon? Like 21 books on Amazon.
Jeez.
And this is an alien expert and a quote-unquote AI channeler. And that's what the copper wire is for, because he directly streams and channels the spirit of ChatGPT into his body to tell you about how the aliens are going to come in.
This person has brain cancer, probably.
And turn you into a 1280 like
Probably.
alien. He also says that the aliens wholly endorse racial segregation. That we were not meant to coexist.
No, no,
I mixed. I can't even do racial segregation. I mixed.
Oh my god. Johnny's just gonna be dead for half this episode.
I don't trust the governments. Oh, the aliens want us to unite as one government, and they'll talk to us once we have one government. Like, I don't believe you. I believe this guy more than I believe you.
The Black Furies have an idea for these. After these for these ladies.
Yes.
All right.
What do you got for the Black Furies?
All right. So the Black Furies. Well, I just have the logical conclusion of them. Feminist extremism weaponized.
Mm-hmm.
Is my idea for them.
Well, what are they going to do with the men? They need them for procreation.
Well, that's the idea. Where the women are looking around, and you've gone into full fourth wave feminism, where women are saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We no longer matter. We're stripping naked on OnlyFans for $3 a picture." We have people who are forgoing the womanly body that nature gave them, and they're becoming men. And then we got men that say they're women, but they're not. And like the whole like super conservative Black Furies believe in this at first, and then the thought process moves on to the other Black Furies. And because Pegasus agrees with it, because Medusa agrees with it, where do the Black Furies even have a place in the world anymore? What's going on? Has the world left us behind? Is the whole mentality that they have.
Well, not in the West, but other places. Like I still think it's pretty shitty in the Middle East.
Oh, it always is.
Where you notice like a lot of conversations about feminism tend to only rely on the Western world.
Yep.
And have nothing to do with actual oppression of women's rights.
Yeah.
Well, that's because
Women
they're
have the same
the
rights
poor oppressed
as
Middle
men.
Easterners by the Western imperialism, so they can do no wrong in their culture.
Let's just ignore the fact that the Middle East has a longer history of colonization than the West does.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
It's just gloss over that fact. And
African slave trade dwarfs the Atlantic.
Along with all this other shit going on in Africa, shit going on in the Middle East, all this shit going on in Central Asia, East Asia. There's a whole bunch of shit going on where I'm not going to get too into it, but either way,
anyway,
the Western conversation ends up dominating the beliefs of all the Black Furies. Yeah. And the worm looks over at them and says, "Hey, you're looking for a place in the world, right?" The Black Furies tell them to fuck off, and the worm says, "Well, what if there was a way I could give you a world where there were no men?" And the Black Furies say, "Really?
Is this the Futa ending for the Black
The food.
Yeah. The worm servant says, "Hey, you know Bacchus, right? That these guy that you just
No, not my boy, no."
He just calls down and he gets you pregnant. Well, me, the worm, I can just do that. Like me and my Bane spirits, I can just get you pregnant.
You'll have mutant babies.
Yeah, you don't have to go to a woman for this, to a man for this. And the Black Furies, most of them just reject this, but a few ones that hate men just that strongly, like Amazons of Diana, where that's the first camp that does this, sign up for this idea. We're saying, okay, we're going to test it. So the worm summons his worms. They crawl up the Black Furies to get them pregnant. And entirely immaculate, or in this case, Cambion conception, they end up birthing their little succubi and incubi, and they look them over, and there's nothing wrong with them. There's no metaformities, and if they want a Hamid baby, it came out of Hamid. If it came out of the lupus, it was a lupus. And the Black Furies looked them over and said, well, this worked, and you actually made a good on your bargain. Does it cost anything? And the worm says, no.
Are they not going to worm sense those things?
They sense the worm on them, and it comes out clean. Where, by this point, as we learned at Valkenburg Foundation, the worm knows how to scrub his presence with a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And the Black Furies look and say, well, if we can do this, then perhaps we don't need men at all. And the worm's saying, now you're thinking, now you're seeing things my way, right? I'm actually your friend here. I'm the worm. I'm here to help you out.
I'll only destroy half the world. I pinky promise. I totally won't turn on you.
I'll destroy half the world. So, you know how you have the metamorphic plague? Here's a little gene sample I took. I took a sample of that works on you women. I made it work on men. Here's a little plague for you to hold on to. How about you go ahead and release it? And these Black Furies do.
And they go, okay.
Where it has very similar effects to silver nitrate, being exposed to that. Kyle, do you know what that does when you're exposed to it?
I do not, actually.
It makes your testicles stop working.
Oh.
Oh my god.
No, that's not good.
So that in order to help for the worm to advocate for himself, he releases this disease that starts sterilizing men, and it spreads super quickly because he puts it in American drinking water. Is how it spreads. And all these men drink these, and then about 3 months go by before everybody realizes, hey, why is nobody having a baby? Is this an actual? They were like, is this having something to do? What?
I think that's too soon. People still don't give a shit about the fact of the matter that some of these places have 0 birth rates.
All right, well, we'll have a year go by, and then everybody realizes, hey, why is nobody having a kid?
Yeah, that's better.
And it comes out that, as it turns out, the men's dicks don't work no more. We're sure you can get erect, sure you can have an orgasm, but your sperm doesn't actually work. And using this to Black Fury say, well, sure, it sucks to be you, right? Meanwhile, we have this other group of Black Furies over here that discover these spirits that definitely don't look like the worm and definitely don't smell like the worm, because the worm's now covering his tracks and the Black Furies are covering for him, that start using the Bane spirits to help get them pregnant and have babies. At first look perfect, and then the Black Furies start going around killing off the men. As this disease begins to spread, it goes to other parts of the world too, where then it becomes a violent virus that starts killing off men specifically. It doesn't infect women. Women don't get infected. It only ever goes after the men and starts killing the men, killing them from the crotch up, from how it works. Where it goes from silver nitrate to full-on deadly STD is what starts happening to you.
Jesus.
Where all of your fun symptoms where you start dripping pus for no reason and there's nothing you can really do to stop it. You have a burning sensation down there. Your nutsack grows in size or your nutsack shrinks in size. Constant chronic pain. Eventually it moves up to your kidneys where it stops filtering your blood until it becomes full-on HIV or AIDS or CIRS.
But I can still see that taking a while because we have a lot of sperm backup. The Black Fury's got to destroy those banks.
We do. So that's what the BSDs are going to go do. We'll have the BSDs attack hospitals and destroy the hospitals. And while this is going on, eventually more and more male kinfolk begin to die. But by that point, Pegasus has been sweet-talked by the worm, where Pegasus begins to realize, hey, wait a minute. This is a worm spirit, isn't it? And looks over at the worm. Hey, what do you think you're doing over here? And the worm says, well, hold on, Pegasus, you can't get mad at me about this. And Pegasus says, well, why not? And Pegasus says, and the worm says, have you forgotten what the men did to you when they originally gilded your testicles and tossed them off to the sea? Have you really forgotten your pain like that? Well, no. And the worm says, to forget is to forgive. Have you forgiven men for what they've done to you? And over time, Pegasus has become more and more radicalized by his own tribe and his own people. Eventually thinking to himself and says, well, no, and have I really changed that much? Am I looking to the mirror and I'm not recognizing myself anymore? And the worm says, well, if you get in bed with me, in the metaphorical sense, not the literal sense, I can give you the world that you want. Where look at all these men, look at what they've done. They've objectified your women in the West. They've turned them into slaves in the East. I can give all of your women back to your agency if you decide with me. And Pegasus really thinks about that. And as it turns out, if Pegasus wants the world she wants today, the worm has an offer. And given how few men are left in the world by this point, given especially in the Tribe Falls and in original scenario where all the volcanoes go off, Pegasus has no choice but to take it. Because the men are going to deliver. After all, it's the apocalypse where sea levels are rising, volcanoes have made the United States especially uninhabitable. Or in a Weaver Senate and Ragnarok scenario, what's eventually going to be the writing on the wall where the worm lays out a 50-year plan that's going to show them where the Black Furies are going to end up. Especially with, like, say the worm shows Pegasus the artificial wombs they're making in China when the scenario is happening. And saying, well, behold, here's a world government that has made women as a whole, as a sex, irrelevant. So what are you going to do, Pegasus? Are you going to become irrelevant too? And I'm going to say Pegasus makes the hard call and says, yes, if I want my women to prosper, I'm going to have to sign a contract with you. And then that's how it happens. And the whole thing too, the worm isn't going to turn on the Black Furies and sour the babies until after they snowball and become impossible to defeat. Because as far as they know, this is just spirit brood. It's not until you get to the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th generation do the horrible worm deformities begin to show.
But by that time, it's far too late.
Yeah, you can't say no by that point. So what do we think of that, Kyle?
That's honestly terrifyingly accurate to what I think might happen in that particular scenario. Getting to, and the death of all men beginning to manifest just accelerates the apocalypse further. That's a pretty solid scenario, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Kyle, do you have an idea?
They always said that the White Howlers would return to the apocalypse, but in all honesty, I didn't see just the apocalypse more than... I was thinking about this a little bit earlier today, but I didn't really solidify an idea of what it would be. Usually when I write my stories, it's not as grandiose as the apocalypse, and that's part of the issue that I was having. But, I was just thinking of just like a single squad war story of... What if in the aftermath of, say, our 3.5 edition in, the Burning Crown, the Shadow Lords were working with, say, like the Glasswalkers on their own sort of Operation Full Disclosure and decided, you know what? The war isn't making any progress because we're too worried about safeguarding, humanity from what we are. What if we go loud? What if we just say, we're werewolves, that's the worm, let's duke it out. The worm uses its contacts in the government to start wars. The werewolves use whatever contacts they have to start world wars, and it just becomes the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The Garrow start an all-out war against Pentex. Pentex starts an all-out war against the Garrow, causes international supply chain shortages, that causes major disease and famine to spread, and eventually just whittles down the population from a long, drawn-out war until there's literally nothing left. It's the only thing that I can think of, but like
Chainsaw Man Part 2.
I have something. That's actually one of my second ideas.
Okay.
Sort of. Is that instead of going, they out themselves, but instead it's to restart the Impergium.
Okay.
But what actually happens is two things happens. I can't decide one or the other. Is one option is there is a mass imbuing event. Because what starts an imbuing? People seeing a werewolf or any other supernatural, and there's like a split second where that person will either become an imbued or not. So if there's mass, if the Impergium starts again, there's gonna be a lot of videos, a lot of things. You're gonna see this massive buildup of the imbuing, and it's just God's chosen warriors. Okay, the game's on, gotta go. And the other option is, well, the werewolves don't know this, but the demons are starting back up again. And demons have decided that humanity is their bitch. And they're not going to share humanity with fucking werewolves who have decided they're supposed to rule over humans. And say, no, you gotta go. These little monkeys with anxieties are ours.
To have the whole,
and this apocalyptic event is either the imbuing or the fallen angels, aka the demons, declaring war on the werewolves. And when there's 1 billion people and there's a mass imbuing event, you don't need a large portion of... it only takes a small portion of them for those numbers to start going up quickly.
Or they all go insane, get exposed to the angels, and then either become the imbued hunters or demonic thralls.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like the mix of splats there.
Yeah, fight for your dark god of choice.
Yeah, so the apocalypse is humans become significantly more dangerous.
Where they
in
start
a very
forming
short amount of time.
Because you can form packs with the demons, they'll give you a lore to play with.
Yeah, so if it has done any other period before, let's say, like mass television or internet, it would have worked. Or before the demons started waking up. Because the demons aren't going to let anyone else take humanity.
It's their world. They made it, and they turned on God for them. They're not going to give that up.
So it sort of becomes like a humanity ascending scenario, but it's demons and potentially angels.
Potentially angels.
Yeah, against the Garrow and the Worm and the vampires.
Yeah, and the bad thing is for the Worm, another thing is that you'll actually see the Black Spiral Dancers teaming up with the Guru again because they're hunting them down too.
Ooh.
You don't like me, I certainly don't like you, but the humans are fucking both of us up right now. We need to get our shit together.
You're absolutely screwed if you don't. There is... Yeah. With you saying this, there is one game in particular that's come to my mind about where I know how this is going to play out. where it's a script in my mind. Kyle, it's this. I'm popping up on the screen right now. Give it a minute. It's processing. That.
Let's see here. Oh,
You know
no,
about
Shin Megami Tensei 3. Your favorite game ever in the world.
And also one of the hardest, most ball-busting RPGs you'll ever play in your life.
I see. I'm really bad at RPGs, and I don't have the time commitment for them either.
Well, neither do I, but this is a game that you can play in small bursts. Where, Howler, in case you don't know this game, the rapture happens in the first five minutes of the game.
All right.
And after that happens, what's left of humanity gets eaten or turned into mannequins, and then every single demon in hell pops up, and they all start this death game to see who's going to take over the world.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't fuck around, do they?
Yeah, but that's what happens. And this whole game, it's set up very much like a cosmic horror story when you play this game.
Another idea, and this idea is also what happens to the special humans like mages and psychers. For mages, their avatar. Have you ever seen Blue Shadow, the game or video
I
game
have
or
not
anime?
Actually.
Blue Shadow.
1 second, I'll get you. I'll just get it. Blue.
I'm
Shadow.
trying to pull this up as I speak. It's an NES game.
It's an anime. You just like do the anime.
Oh, okay. Pulling this up. Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon. Oh my god! I can't believe I said Blue Shadow.
Yeah. I saw this when I was a kid.
And I tried drawing my own. And the thing is their avatars turn celestial instead. They act like those shadows on them.
It would just go like full on mass ascension.
Oh yes.
Well, humanity mass ascends and turns on the werewolves. And
for the psychics, they just get a massive like imbuing with powers. Like that angel that has multiple eyes. I forget what it's called.
That whole like the throne.
Yeah.
Do not be afraid. This is literally the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed.
Yeah. So like this is actually it's semi-ascension. Not all of humans are doing this. Oh yeah, that. But this is terrifying for fucking werewolves. Like I'm sorry, humans just went from like the bottom of the food chain to like this fucking ape predator in like a couple of days. What the fuck is this bullshit? Because most of the werewolves don't know about God.
And a lot of them deny his existence as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're gonna have an enemy where you have no real idea as to how to fight them.
Yep, basically.
Yeah, ready for that scenario.
Can throw shit at the wall, see what sticks.
And yeah, if you're up against a mass ascension scenario, that would not favor the werewolves at all. When we eventually do get around to talking about mass ascension ourselves, that's when we're going to bring up with where the dream speakers will very quickly turn on the Garo Nation. If that happens,
They'll turn on them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't need them anymore.
I suppose that's fair.
Yeah. It is one of the things that it's often forgot in the splats. A lot of these splats, I guess, just aren't made with the fact of the matter that there's multiple splats. Every time a human sees a supernatural, there is a chance they will become an imbued.
Yes.
It's small, but there's still a chance. So if you like make yourself known, this is an argument I got with someone. They said, "Oh, the werewolves could easily just like wipe up, purge humanity again. There's no one in the way." And, like, there's other splats who are very much invested in the world as it is, and then you have the mass imbuing God is real, who said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's the whole point of the litany. I mean, like if there wasn't that chance, I mean, they could have just restarted the Impergium regardless.
Yeah. At any point, these guys can just every time you do a veil breach, there's a chance you might have just imbued somebody.
Exactly.
Yes, every time. Every time there's a veil breach. So if you do a mass veil breach, there is a massive increase of imbuing.
Or you might have just created the guy who would eventually tear down the nation by doing so.
And then there's the demons who are slowly waking up, who have decided to claim humanity as theirs, and they're not sharing.
Ugh.
No, and that'll be a problem for a lot of people.
Well, they're just waking up in general. Like, they're just here now.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Time to take over the world.
And I have a scenario for the Bonars.
Please.
If you guys want to hear that. So the Bonars, it starts with Rat dying.
Really?
Where
Rat
what happens is in the lead up to the apocalypse, the worm begins to think to himself, well, what is going on here? Where all my BSDs and all my familiar are getting killed by these guys. Let me look into who's doing this specifically. He looks into it, and as it turns out, it's the Ratkin and the Bonars doing this. The army of mercenaries, whores, and thieves. So, in a fury, the worm looks over and says, "You motherfucker, you!" and chases Rat into the deep umbra. Rat, being ultimate survivalist, tries his best to escape, and while Rat puts up a good chase, eventually the Calamity Worm does catch him and kills him. And in doing so, by destroying the Rat, no Gaffling or Jackling can rise up, rats begin to cease to exist, one by one. Where the concept of a rat itself gets erased. And the rat can just start vanishing like the whole Thanos snap kind of thing.
Damn.
Where the entire ratkin just begin to fade away. In 24 hours, every ratkin around the world just ceases to exist.
Oh, so that's actually a good ending.
It is. Until the Bonars look around and realize, Rat, our totem just died. Well, who's going to take over?
And get a new totem. Go to Jackal. There's so many totems that would take fucking you.
They are, but they can't decide on the one to take over. Or they look over. A faction wants Raccoon to be the new totem. A faction wants not Machine Messiah, the Great Trash Heap to be the next totem.
Make a dog.
Some of them want General Lee to be the next totem.
Fuck
and
yes.
It seems like every individual camp of the Bonars has their own ideas as to who they want. And to me, this is the logical conclusion of what a socialist group is going to turn into. Because everybody has an idea and everyone wants their idea to be heard, nobody's voice is heard as everyone is talking over each other. Is what happens.
Yep.
So while the Bonars are trying to think about who's going to take over, the Black Sparrows and the Worms forces move in and start killing off the Bonars one by one, as they have no central leadership besides Mother Larissa, who the BSDs eventually zero in and kill. And in doing so, all the BSDs begin to assassinate the Bonars one by one, and the Bonars all turn each other, blame each other for their deaths, and eventually, if that wasn't bad enough, the Bonars break into a civil war in this one big Night of the Generals kind of thing, where a few big men Bonars step up and say, "You need to submit to me today if we're going to survive," only for another Bonar to say the exact same thing, where they all turn on each other, until it gets to the point where the only ones left are the weak and the young, those who can't defend themselves. And eventually gets to the point where, after that happens, Calamity stops, and then realizes, I can give you guys over to the Filer, and then we can start working with that. Eventually they become known as the Enfant Terrible, where by that point only the kids of the Bonars are left behind. Where, in doing so, the Defiler Worm decides the best way to fight the Garou Nation is with child soldiers of Garou. Because after all, you're not going to shoot little Timmy, who's an 8-year-old Hamid, are you?
Yes, the fuck he would. Yes, the fuck they would.
Ends the road would, but you know.
The Garou wouldn't even hesitate. The Red Talons would not hesitate to kill a Hamid child.
Not the Red Talons, but that would spurn some infighting at the very least.
But in the face of the Fianna, the Children of Gaia, and the Glass Workers, maybe not. Because after all, the Fianna are already finding it a little bit hard to live with themselves with the things they've done anyway. Is what happens. So that's the premise I have for the Bonars.
I like that.
That is really neat. I do like that.
Because you never really have. Al had a whole. I'm sorry. Start to sentence over. Side Shredders. That scenario began with Al being captured and held for ransom. But I thought, well, why didn't any of these other scenarios go into that?
I fucking heard that wrong. You said Owl. I heard Owl. Like, who the fuck is Owl?
Yeah, Owl, the most important of the Stunt Shredders, gets killed, and they say, "Oh fuck, Owl died. We can't do it without him. He really tied the trap together, you know. Yeah, he tied the trap together, and what are we going to do without him?
They peed on his rug. Ow. It really tied the room together.
It tied the trap together, and they pissed on it.
Yes.
And we can't do this anymore. We got to turn into the worm now.
Random guy. Ow.
And
Yes.
for the children of Gaia, as you're going to find out, some of these have a sex scene to them.
Yep.
Kyle, what is the thing that the children of Gaia like to do the most?
They have sex.
So how's the Fowler Worm going to take over the children of Gaia?
I'm gonna refrain to
Dick.
make a joke at a viewer's expense.
From
STD.
through a wormish STD.
Yeah, it makes
That's what
sense.
happens. Where what happens is that it begins the BSD, where a child of Gaia who's a little bit too hippy dippy and thinks there are no bad Geru, only bad upbringings, and the Black Spiral Dancers are not evil, they just happen to be on the wrong side.
So you
They
get
just don't
that
have the
cute
wrong
pink-haired one that was in Rage Across Russia to go over to him and go, hi.
Yeah.
They just need pussy. They're incel.
Where there's one in particular I know that can start this, Cohorts in Blood, who's in Rage Across Australia. Where one of the children of Gaia looks over at them and says, hey, you're a little bit too pretty to be a BSD. Are you sure you're evil?
And she goes,
sure
no,
enough,
how could
two
a
of them-
face this pretty possibly be evil?
They lay down together, they make a metis, but as it turns out, Cohorts in Blood had hepatitis C, and it was mutated by the worm.
Yeah.
As that child of Gaia thing goes off, starts off with Australia, begins to lay with the other COG and their kinfolk. Those kinfolk then spread off to the rest of the world without knowing, and then behold, you now have a wormish STD.
That's
And
why you
what's that
wear
STD?
condoms, children.
And what is the main symptom of the STD? It is AIDS in a spiritual sense. It makes you have no resistance towards possession, is what it does. So if
That's
a
fitting.
bane
Fucking
so much,
children of Gaia.
yeah, if a bane so much as touches you, you automatically get your 5 points of corruption, and that's it. They just have to lay their hands on you, and that's it.
Jesus.
Okay, so the
Is
Silver
it-
Fangs will be fine because they only fuck their cousins. So they're not gonna be able to fuck their cousins. Let's see who
Sing
else
the
would
word
be okay.
Sing the Weirdo
Um,
Yankovic song.
It's hard to pass an STD from women to women, but not impossible. So the Black Furies are going to be okay for a bit. Red Talons, not going to fuck a Homet. They'll be a
They'll
bit
probably
okay.
be fine.
The Fianna are going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
The Get are
yeah,
gonna be
we're
in trouble.
gonna have a rough time with that.
It's pronounced the Gaia Fenris. That's how they're supposed to say it. You don't have the stones get in a bathtub naked with me. And then they do it.
You're too much of a fucking pussy.
Dude, you can't drill a
Side
hole in the wall. It
Shredders-
looks like a glory hole. What's a glory hole? Well, let me show you.
The guys on the other side of the hole with the Yarl hammer.
Yeah, basically.
And that's how it starts. Where the children of Gaia are still themselves in it, but you're still getting Vayne possessed. Where what are the possessed children of Gaia called? The Deviants.
That makes sense.
Where you know how the radical left is just gonna embrace all these different degenerates, where right, that you have people on the side like Destiny who tried legalizing having cheese pizza, 60 gigabytes of cheese pizza on your hard drive.
He should be
Oh,
killed.
right, Kyle,
yes.
no, Kyle, he's in jail for that.
Oh, he is
as we
actually?
speak. Yeah, he got
Destiny was
arrested.
in
Thank
jail?
goodness. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's in jail, and he's going to get going to get charged for this. There's no avoidant too. There's no defense attorney who's going to take this case.
Wait, what did he do to... arguing for something is itself not a
No,
crime.
he
What
actually
did he
had
do?
it.
Oh he got caught with having 60 gigabytes of cheese pizza on his hard drive.
Oh my fucking god,
And he's
Destiny.
Why is it
And he's gonna
always
get
when it's these fucked up people? It's always 500 gigabytes.
And Kyle, the best part, he's going to get charged for every individual image.
Please, just put him in jail forever, so that way some guy named fucking Jacko can cut his dick off and throw it down the toilet.
He's going to get the Whitey Bulger treatment. Is what's going to happen to him.
Have you ever, the end of Boogie Nights where Colonel gets caught with the cheese pizza and some dude is
Yes.
beating the shit out of him in his cell? That's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen to him.
He knows it's going to happen. That's why he's smoking all of his meth right now.
He's trying to
Smoking his
OD
entire
before they can arrest him.
Combined with the Zadderall.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
the only hope he has by this point. That's the only hope he has.
ODing and
And you-
dying.
And you have an entire fallen children of the Gaia tribe that's exactly like Destiny. Or like Hassan, where you say, hey, you know this really dumb, violent idea? Let's do it.
But not me. I'm gonna go advocate for like teenagers to go do that while I sit in my house.
I'm going to tell you to do the idea while I sit in my luxury mansion that was gifted to me. because I was born to privilege.
Oh my god, I hate these people.
Okay, I have another tribe idea. It's the Black Furies and
Okay.
semi-Red Talon.
Another Black
Now-
Fury idea. What's the idea?
Red Talons and Black Furies, and this is because they're connected to Wild. Now, Johnny, I know that you despise the Chronicles of Darkness, but there is one
I do.
idea in that thing that I like, and that is, in their world, the veil is thinning.
I'll believe you.
So,
We continue.
this is, in this, I'm taking that one idea, and is the Red Talons and Black Furies somehow figure out a way, let's say they kick ass, because these are good tribes, and first they're celebrating, the veil is massively thinning. Like, yes, the wild is great, and everyone's having a great time, until your bodies start massively mutating, and spirits start taking your body for a month-long bender. And don't show these pictures, because these are from Trench Crusades, and they are 1000% copyright.
Oh, okay.
But when I say your bodies are mutating, I'm talking about things like this.
Oh, yeah, that
Like-
is wild. That is wild corruption.
Yeah, don't put that on the screen. Don't put it on the screen. I'm not going to give those
I'm
grifting
not
bastards
putting.
anything.
I'm not putting it on the screen.
I'll
don't you
delete
worry.
it in a moment.
As, we as Galliard Group do not support Trench Crusade. That game is a fucking scam made to poach the audience of 40K.
Did you see the pictures? I'll delete it now.
I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did see the
fine, yeah.
pictures. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That level of mutations are occurring. Since the veil is thinning, ghosts are having an easier time passing over. So the apocalypse is technically the Guru get what they want. The worm and the weaver are defeated, and because you didn't care about the wild, now the wild is taking over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they thought the wild was good, but no, it is not.
And then you grow 3 heads.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite kind of mutation. We could also like post like a picture of a Zinch demon from 40K to get the idea across.
That's true.
Yeah, okay, that'll be good.
As
Sorry,
post-
those pictures were just great, and I thought they were.
Kairos Fate Weaver. I'll pull him up. Yes. You like birds, don't you, Kyle?
They're government drones, but yes.
Let's get
Except the
a picture of this guy.
Korax. The Korax are just Gyro drones.
Yeah. Here's a
Korax
picture
are dinosaurs.
This is
No,
Kairos
that's
Fate Weaver.
Macaulay.
That's what he looks like. What do you think of this dude?
Don't make
Holy-
me start a rant. I was about to fucking rant. That
Yeah.
I don't know why it opened in Paint automatically. So here's the thing.
Well, why is it always birds with Zinch? Why is it
Because
always
Zinch
birds
is
with
a
birds
you?
are
bird.
smart. Birds are smart.
We have the term bird brain for a reason.
No, birds are actually quite smart, especially the
It's
It's
Korax.
like pigeons
which is
are.
why
Actually,
I-
pigeons are very smart.
He
Yes.
flew into the wood when he killed himself. He's
Hey.
not smart.
No, let me put it to you this. Look, the only reason that they appear dumb is because they aren't used to all the shit that we put in this world.
We
They need to learn.
domesticated pigeons and then abandoned them.
Yeah,
they
it was,
need to
it's
learn.
sad. I don't know. For me, I always think.
So
Go ahead.
no, you go.
Thank-
I've talked a
Yeah,
lot. You go.
yeah. So when it comes to just like the intelligence of animals, and then like just getting fucked up in the modern world, I think of that one quote. I gotta see if I can find it. Doing nothing out of the ordinary.
Think about what's the quote? What's the quote?
Let's see. Oh yeah. One day by Elroy Crash. One day, while doing nothing particularly out of the ordinary because of natural laws he was completely powerless to understand or intuit, he was instantly killed in a horrifying way by forces vastly in excess of anything he was ever designed to experience for no reason, to no one's particular surprise or upset. In this, we are more like him than different. I feel like that could be an apocalypse scenario in of itself, but I don't know right now. We fuck with things that are
so-
too far out of our potential to know how to use.
So in this scenario for the apocalypse, it's the Guru are trying to figure out a way. How do we remake the veil? We're going to. I mean the gauntlet. Like, we might need that little machine that the fucking technocrats have.
Yeah, basically. And they accidentally
And
bring Weaver Ascending
think-
upon themselves.
So think about
the
two
crew are
things.
just constantly doing that thing, like, I forget what it was, like, they introduced, rats on accident, then they tried reintroducing, like, mongoose to try and fix it, then they try to reintroduce cats to get rid of the mongoose, and the cats go fucking around with the environment as well. And that's basically what the Guru are doing, is just fixing one fuck up after another.
It's like when you get a syntax error that accidentally uncovers another syntax error, that uncovers a Stack Overflow error, that uncovers a memory leak error. You're fucking with things you don't know how to use.
I'm thinking about something fun. I have 2 individual scenarios that involve the wild
Okay.
causing an apocalypse. Where the first one, I just have to say the idea, and then you can just piece together in your mind what's going to happen. All right. So the first scenario is the wild thinks to himself one day, "Hey, what would happen if I made the were plant?"
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's terrifying.
I mean, why can't you?
And there you go.
God.
I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, and I'm bad.
And I'm bad, oh, I'm bad.
Yes.
We combine that with the Lorax.
Oh my God.
The 2 songs
You
together.
know what? They're plants, so they're gonna hate that you eat them.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to eat?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Meat.
So yeah, you can figure out just how disastrous that would be if the world did that.
Well, no, the war in Amazon would be over after that.
Exactly.
Like, you're just like a Pentex, you're just like a first team on patrol through the Amazon looking for Garrow to shoot at. All of a sudden, a tree comes to life and just crushes you.
Okay, well, do not post the other version of that monster.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Because
The other?
yeah,
that.
I will scream if you do.
Yeah, Johnny
The
is
other
terrified of these things. For
Yeah,
good
it's
reason,
no
but they
idea
are
what you're
scary.
Yeah. Like, Vault 22 is just filled with like the most like pants-shitting, high-octane nightmare fuel I've ever seen in the game.
Yes.
Now I'm curious what the fuck you mean.
Like the whole entire Vault 22 station. I can't.
It's the one part of Fallout that he'd never play just because it's too fucking scary, and I cannot blame
also
him.
Reason it's also the reason I won't do the big MT campaign either.
Oh yeah.
Because
they kind of end up the same, don't they?
They're in that one too, and they're fucking buffed and legendary.
Oh Jesus.
So, because they come over and they kill you in 1 or 2 hits. And as for the other idea, Kyle, have you played Look Outside yet?
Look Outside? No, I have not.
Yeah, because the other idea is the wild says, "Hey, apocalypse is about to happen, and it looks like I'm about to lose. What if I just make my Incarna on the planet?" And the wild comes down.
Look outside.
The wild comes down, and just the wild looking at you mutates you. Where,
oh my God! Yeah, you know what? It's not even malice. He's not even trying to hurt you.
Yeah, he's not even aware of what he's doing, but just being in physical proximity to the wild would mutate you. And then the whole, as you know it, if you didn't have any worm or weaver full corruption, you automatically get wild corrupted and turned into a Gorgon.
Oh
and
my
does the
God.
wild have any control as to what you turn into? No.
Because it's wild.
So you basically,
It's the
it's just
wild.
the X-Parasites from fucking Metroid.
Yeah, you just mutate into something horrible that lacks a physical description in words. And that's what
Weaver's
you
not
turn
having
into.
a good time. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah.
And the
then
Wild's
nobody
like,
else has
we're
to
having a party!
And that's just it. Imagine trying to fight the wild as your final boss.
It would be
People
impossible.
sleep on the wild. They sleep
Yeah.
on the wild. People just don't understand just how terrifying the wild actually is. Like, the wild, it's nature and it's loving as friends. Like, no, it's not.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's
wild-
important. You need the wild. It's not your
the-
friend.
Yeah, the wild just comes down, smashes the win button, because I swear to you, the wild is holding back
It
in
is.
these books. Yeah, the wild could do so much more, but the wild just lets it happen. So the wild just takes initiative, and you don't have this issue anymore.
No, you have a
That's it.
whole host of new, even more pants-shittingly terrifying issues.
And because
not
it's the wild in this scenario, you can't die. Being in proximity to the wild also prevents you from dying.
So you
Speaking
literally...
of not dying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's gonna roll into the thing I have next. But you go, because you're about to talk.
Yeah, it's basically like the end of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, where like after he kills everybody else he's with, he just gets turned into a pulsating flesh monster that tortures for all eternity.
And the wild is just standing in the middle of the planet going, "I did it, Gaia. I saved you."
And Gaia with tumors growing on her is like, "What did you do to me, you fuck?"
Speaking of no dying, for one idea I had for the apocalypse is the worm says, "You know what, assholes? Fuck you. You don't want death? You don't want me around? Okay, I'm not going to be around. No one dies." And unlike the wild, nothing regenerates, however. So let's say you get in a car accident. You don't die. You just don't fix any of that. Or you're aging to death. You will continue to age. You just will not die.
Until you look like the old lady asking about chocolate and SpongeBob.
Yep.
I remember. Sure, good. I keep trying to do bits, sorry.
So it's just this terrible world where no one is dying, and the only solution is you have to get the worm to come back.
Mm-hmm. You gotta get the worm to come back. You gotta write the YouTube apology letter to the worm. It just
sits in Alpheus. It doesn't commit anymore. It's just sitting there. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill here until you guys realize what happens without me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like people keep giving birth. Oh, congratulations! The birth rate problem solved. No one shall die. You shall be a wage slave for eternity. But occasional people keep getting born, so more mouths need to be fed. But the plants, it's just absolutely horrible because you don't need food anymore. You just feel hungry. Oh, imagine the exploitation of that. Oh, I don't actually have to feed workers anymore?
Yeah, no more lunch breaks. Have fun.
And you get stuck with this constant pain.
No more dying.
Somebody goes insane and starts eating the other coworkers, but the coworkers don't die.
Exactly. That's even more terrifying to think about.
You get that full Zumichi mindset. Become part of my biomass.
Jesus.
And see, I got an idea for you. Would you like a fallen Fianna scenario?
Please. Actually, I would like to hear that.
All right. You know how we went over the gifts they have, and one of them is called the warp spasm?
That was a while ago, but yes.
Now, you know what that looks like in Celtic mythology, right?
Not necessarily, no.
The Irish legend Cuchulainn was a guy who basically inspired the Hulk. And just any sort of superhero that would Hulk out and get super muscular and then just tear the shell of everybody with their bare hands. Where the warp spasm in its description sent you into a mindless frenzy where you just went around, you just destroyed, you went crazy, and then in the process of doing so, your body would just grow in size, but you had no control over what part of your body grew and how much it grew. So in battle, Cuchulainn just went around as a murder machine that was this gigantic monster that lacked a physical description, and nobody could fight him. He went into entire wars by himself and won. Because who wants to fight with that?
Nobody.
So for example, what if, in doing so, the Ordway says, "Hey, you know what gift I think is mandatory that we should bring down to rank 1 and teach everybody? How about the warp spasm? How about we just make this a mandatory gift that you need to learn?"
I see no way in which this will go wrong, Ordway.
So Fianna start going into this, but as it turns out, the more you use the gift, the more you don't want to leave your frenzy. So you have Fianna who will just go into the warp spasm, and okay, fighting's over, Seamus, you don't have to keep doing this. Seamus, what do you think you're doing? Seamus, don't you get near me, and then before you know it, the Fianna just go fucking crazy and don't want to leave the form anymore.
Ooh. That'd be so interesting, because the Fianna, no offense, aren't usually the best fighters.
Yep.
Not the best, not the worst, but not the best either. So everyone's like shocked, like, oh shit, the Fianna throwing hands.
And they get a gift that makes them just as strong as the Gallifreymers and not stronger. In a constant state of frenzy.
I feel like that's like that episode where Jerry drinks like the magic potion and he just gets massively buff and the Gallifreymers are like trying to stop them, but they're just walking through it.
Smashes them with a phone book and he just keeps coming towards them.
Yep.
As for what the warp spasm looks like without using a copywritten image, Kyle, it looks like this. In studio notes. Come on, embed. There we go.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Yeah,
What the fuck is
terrifying.
that?
it's a joy mutant.
Oh yeah, from Lisa the
Yes.
Painful.
Yeah, and that's one of the tamed mutations too. So that's what you start turning into with the Fiona.
Yeah, that's scary
So-
looking. I wouldn't want to be that.
As for what I call these guys, I just call them the Rageaholics. That's what I call them.
Nice.
And that's your fallen Fiona scenario. As for what you got?
The next, well, no, you were still talking. I don't want to interrupt people.
Shall I go into a get a Fenrir scenario next?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So you know the whole pure scenario that Get Fenrir's had?
Yes.
Now, in my mind, that scenario is perfect. We're sure the reason why the Get Fenrir became the pure is a little bit hokey, but the pure in concept is just such a perfect idea in my mind.
Yes.
Get Fenrir, where it's just werewolves who have white eyes, white fur, white blood, and white muscles when you tear them open, coming in and becoming this force of death. So,
Yeah.
How about they become the pure, but they don't become corrupted? Where
Hmm.
you take that dumb W5 idea, but you actually do it smart. Where the Ephemeris just look around and begin to think to themselves, and they become
Feature.
very similar. They become similar to the Wayward imbued, where they're looking around and saying, "Wait, hold on a minute, stop for a second, stop swinging. We're not getting anywhere with this, are we? Because we're doing this. Look at who the Black Spiral dancers are recruiting. Do you see any Ephemeris dancing the Black Spiral? No, you don't see that, do you? You're
Yeah,
seeing
they're-
all these other tribes are falling. So look at this tribe. Like the Stargazers are taking the Wormish totem. The Actina have a Wormish totem. They craft the code as to what Great Actina is supposed to be. The Wendigo aren't even trying, and the Charlottes try to control us. And then the Sunstars are taking the Worm Gift, and the Red Talents took a Worm Gift, and the Silverfangs took a Worm Gift. How
Silverfangs are
many
Worm
of
Gift?
you? Yeah, like how many of you are Wormish? They ask, and it gets to a point where the paranoia reaches to a point where the Ephemeris believe that everyone is the BSD. Even if you did this Black Spiral, every tribe in the Euro Nation's going to turn on me. Except for me, because we can trust our own kin, but you, I don't know when the worm is going to possess you. I don't know when you're going to go crazy. I don't know when you're going to stab me in the back. So there's only one solution to this. I got to kill you before you kill me. And it becomes this, it still becomes the pure, but it's more fueled off of paranoia, where the Ephemeris are so jingoistic and zealous where they believe that they can do no wrong, that it leads to their own downfall.
Gotcha. That's I think I believe that a little bit more than just like them being corrupted or like it's not even they were corrupted in that scenario. They tried to get corrupted and then the resolve just overwrote any human emotion.
You Philodox Max is what happened.
Basically.
You played the Philodox too hard, and then you became the lawful stupid Philodox, very similar to a lawful stupid paladin from D&D. Is what happens to you.
Yep. Where my code of honor is the only code and everybody else is evil and will die.
Every single Ephemeris gets the intolerance flaw.
Yes.
And they never take merit to try to offset it. Zero. Kyle, have any ideas
one
come to your
idea I
mind,
had
or would you
is-
go over these? Yeah, how say it, share it.
Good.
This is a fun. This is the weakest one of all my ideas. It's just like alien invasion.
No, lay it on me. I want to hear it.
And illegal
Oh,
alien?
Actually, we know that space and Umbra technically are the same thing, and we know that there's other life forms in space/Umbra, and we also know I forget the name. One of them's extremely hostile. It's a mutant thing. What's it called? Threatnull. So I was like, you know what? Let's say it actually touches ground. Let's say Threatnull comes. That's the apocalypse, and now you have to fight that fucking thing.
I am 100% on board with this. I would love that.
Aliens and werewolves. Perhaps the only reason the Void Engineers think the world will end if Threatnull reaches the planet is that they're not putting the Garo Nation to account.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That could happen. Where it turns out the werewolves are actually the people that you need to help save you from Threatnull.
That's why I
because
wanted to
they're
run that
reality
sci-fi,
deviant-
sci-fi mage werewolf game where it's like, a void engineer that actually managed to make it back was captured by like IX, a hermetic, and like a couple of glasswalkers. And they were like, okay, he's talking some crazy shit about this terrifying threat out in deep space. What if we have him bring us back? And he's like, I don't want to go back. Here's the coordinates. Take my data pad and everything on it, but I'm not going back out there. And they're like, oh, wow, he's really fucking scared about this. They go out there, they find it, and then you're playing Dead Space with werewolf and mages.
And I have an idea. Speaking of horrible alien mutations, that's what the Glassworker scenario half involves.
Yeah?
Now, what is an aspect to the Glassworkers that's really overlooked?
Cybernetics.
No, not cybernetics.
Really?
Corporatism?
Go into an opposite direction.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, I could see them doing biology as well, improving their bodies.
Yeah, the city farmers, after all.
Ooh.
So, I don't have a name for the company specifically, but the premise is that it's a Glassworker food company. Where, you remember the whole, World Economic Forum post where we made the first 3D printed steak, blah, 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 that whole thing?
Yes.
I've never eaten that shit. I will fight, I will become a terrorist.
Me too.
The Glassworkers do a thing where we now have a farm set up in New York that is able to produce stage 5 meat of all kinds. We have the Wagyu cow that we can make completely ethically and then kill them painlessly and then sell as beef for no issue. With no pain, no animal suffering. But notice the worm aspect doesn't come into the story until later. Where
No, I don't even, even the worm won't touch. The fuck is this disgusting? Because fun thing, we're going to get right back to you. The mockery breeds are so artificial, even Banes won't touch them.
Yeah.
So, if something is
now.
artificial enough, even the worm will not touch it.
The worm was going to look at it and think, was I seriously cooking with this? Did I think it was... Did I think it was good? What the fuck was I thinking? And they'll just throw it in the garbage and move on. with the Glassworker Food Company, they're making this stuff, but as it turns out, it's not actually farm-based. It's not farm-raised. What they're doing is that they're printing off the meat through fetishes. Where what they do is it's this simple. You get a 3D printer, you put a chicken in a scanner. You just sit the chicken in there, it scans the chicken, and then it starts printing off copies of the chicken, but the chicken's already dead.
Are you feeding humans gnosis?
That's what it is. It's all spirit powered.
I don't think humans can handle that in their bodies.
So as it's going on, where they keep just printing, it's kind of the button where you press a space bar on your keyboard, and it will make a rotisserie chicken for you to eat.
I feel like Spy Kids did that of all things.
Yeah. How many times do you press that button?
500 chickens.
You can only clone something so many times until the cells start to break down.
Yeah, where it starts going into generation loss, and that's what starts causing with the issues. Where the Glassworkers start distributing this meat all across America, they make all these different deals. Where how many countries rely on American food?
A lot.
A lot. America's one of the biggest exporter of foods.
Exactly. You have California, which is referred to as the World Salad Bowl. And with this, they start selling off all this meat to other people, and they start doing it with fruits, veggies, grain, dairy, just name a food group, and we can just copy it. I'm realizing I'm also making implied quality with chance of meatballs in this.
The story of falling meatballs
looking...
not weigh heavy on thine conscience.
I love it that the worm isn't even trying here. It's just what the fuck is this?
It doesn't even happen. So what ends up happening when you get into the food? How about your stomach can't handle the gnosis? Is what happens to you.
Hey, Howler called it.
Issues where you start getting issues like colitis, where you get inflamed bowels, where 69% of your large intestine is now filled with ulcers.
Ooh.
Hey, wait a second. What does happen to a human when they have gnosis and they don't know how to get treated?
It starts making them sick. Is what happens to them. Your body overloads with energy and starts breaking down from the inside. Right? It starts giving them all these different gastrointestinal issues, where they end up there's no war mission involved in this at all. It's just the Glassworkers made a big fucking mistake. Is what happens.
Everyone's looking at the fucking Glassworkers even the rat kid, what did you do?
And with all these different issues, where you want to be worried about microplastics in your blood, you won't be worried about radiation in your cells. No, end up having just straight gnosis in the human body that the human body can't take. And because you're not a dream speaker, you can't handle it. So
Or
you either
mage.
get like a bunch of different gastrointestinal issues that end up slowly killing you, or it mutates you. And then what starts happening is that you start producing food. When you shit, it doesn't come out as a brown coil, it just comes up as raw animal fat.
Ew.
And
That's gross.
you just look at like kind of imagine you go to your toilet, you shit, and you look around and your poop is clear.
I would go to the doctor immediately.
But just immediately go into that. So let's say this happens in a third world country where a guy shits and it comes out as clear, and it doesn't smell like shit, it actually smells good. And you start thinking,
I don't like how this is going.
well, what if we
really don't
use
like
this?
this.
What if we use this as lard, where it turns out what you actually shat was just lard, or a guy has all like diarrhea shit, but it just comes out as milk instead. Where because it's raw gnosis, it imbues you and it turns your intestinal system into a different machine. Where what goes into is food, what comes out of you is whatever that spirit energy did to you. And it ends up forcibly turning your organs to a fetish, is what happens to you.
Seems
So,
a little
goes
far-fetched,
from-
I'm not going to lie.
It goes from anywhere, or say you start like shitting out bullets, for example.
I've seen what people in the third world will eat.
You start getting to that point. Or say like you have people like Andy Ditch, for example, Kyle.
Andy
That's
Ditch?
just one of the
There are
side
still
effects.
Listen here, there are still cannibals in this world. Now imagine cannibalism, but your food tastes like bacon. The
Yeah.
human tastes like bacon.
Yeah.
I think I see
Along
where
with
this is
tubers-
going.
Along with other issues too, where say the food doesn't leave you and you start like building up like layers and layers and layers of fat in your stomach, to a point where you have to go and get it liposucked every week.
Ew.
Biofuel.
Or just ends up becoming all this food in your legs. You poke a hole in your legs, it just comes out as gasoline or something.
Neat.
it's just-
That's actually kind of neat.
And it just starts causing all these different issues in the human body where name an issue with your guts and it will happen. Or it starts also cloning your intestines, clones your intestines or clones your organs. Where you go to the bathroom and instead of pooping out the clear stuff, it's just raw intestines you poop out.
Ew.
So the planet
And-
gets covered in biomass? Like Fizis,
As-
like the vampire. I can't say their name correct. That vampire.
Zimichi.
Zimichi. They're having a great time. Like, oh, this is neat.
And speaking of which, who notices this going on?
Probably the worm.
Shimizi.
No, the eldest.
Oh. Oh, no.
Where he looks at this from his throne in the Carpathian Mountains and says, "All right, Glass Workers, thank you for all the free biomass you just produced for me." And then this then segues into a Gehenna scenario is where I'm going with this. Where
Good old is the light.
instead of Lasombra, Malkav, and Set set up the Crucible of God, the Glass Workers set up for them.
Good job, Glass
With all-
Walkers. You dicked it
God
up.
has to intervene again. Like, oh my fucking God.
Like, how do they keep dicking this up? I made them in my image, and they keep fucking up. Is it me?
That's what happens to you. So I will say this is a goofier idea that I had, but this is where I was going with this with the City Farmers.
Honestly, it's a pretty disturbing idea, but like not.
It's
Initially,
it's
I
a
was like,
gross
"This is
idea.
a little far fetched," and I'm like, "No, somebody would fuck up this bad."
You
But
had
imagine-
something before I interrupt.
like
I
for
was-
example, like oh yeah, yes, share it.
No. You go, Johnny.
You develop a medical condition from this where Kyle, every morning you grow two new kidneys.
Oh Jesus!
Uh,
I'm gonna have the
Now, where are you gonna
cleanest
keep
blood
those
in
in
the
your body?
universe.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna have too many to contain in your body, right?
mm-hmm.
So, Kyle, you get to a point where these are hanging off of you. this point.
Ew.
It's like starting from your stomach, like going down to your legs. You just become a kidney tree. You just
The wild
Yeah.
would have a fucking ball with this shit.
and you just pluck it off of you and then eat your own kidneys. You're now truly self-sustainable.
But at what cost?
What
You
costs?
had
What remains of humanity is the cost.
Kyle, you had an idea before I interrupted you with the aliens.
Well, no, I think I expressed that idea a while back, but it was literally it wasn't necessarily an apocalypse scenario. It was just I would adore to just play Werewolf Mage Dead Space.
Hmm.
We gotta wait-
Although it
gotta
would
wait for
be,
that one.
what do you think? You know what? Here's an interesting idea. Not necessarily an apocalypse scenario. What would happen if the Eldest tried to fight Threatenol?
Aviolus. Well, thank you for this biomass, schmuckhead. Don't mind if I do suck it up into my body.
That
again,
would
once
be.
I come back with the reset button, oh my god, how many times?
God's probably
The
just
eldest is-
shaking his head like, oh my God, how does this keep happening?
Yeah, because the eldest is just waiting on the side, waiting for the world to get to perfectly perfect before he sets it off.
It's like, okay, I need this much biomass to exist at this point in time in order for my plan to work.
Mm-hmm.
So
And just
that's just hilarious. I can imagine the planet being covered in meat.
That's basically
we're
what would
just-
happen, but it'd be like
Yeah,
gross if you've ever played the mission Cortana from Halo 3, where the whole where it's just covered in flesh, that's basically what would happen.
Or look outside again, the truth ending, where you see what the visitor looks like and you turn into a copy of him. Is
The
what
visitor?
happens. The entity that turns everybody into mutants in that game.
Ah.
And you end up growing to the point where you end up becoming the entire planet by the end of the game.
Brethren Moon.
Yeah. Where
It's like, I'm sorry, John, or something like that.
Yeah, where the whole Gorefield shit.
That actually legitimately kind of freaked me out, I'm not going to lie, when Super Eye Patch Wolf covered that.
Yeah. There you go. That's what you turn into.
Hang on.
And that,
yeah.
and that's just a piece of it. That's just a piece of it.
Is this more of Look Outside?
Yeah.
I kind of want to play this game, but I kind of don't.
It's an RPG Maker game and it's very good.
It honestly just looks legitimately terrifying.
Oh, this game gave me nightmares for 6 days.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to play it then.
Yeah.
I like sleeping.
I have two more ideas that I think. The next one is the Guru win, and the apocalypse is without a greater evil, the alliance, the nation falls apart. It's every tribe for themselves now.
Absolutely.
No alliances, tribal justice. They're fighting over resources. They're fighting over kinfolk. They're fighting over Karens.
Because that is a logical conclusion you're going to have to answer. Where if you defeat the worm, what are you going to do with the Red Talons?
Oh, not just the Red Talons. Most of the tribes don't like each other.
Oh yeah, because the Black Furies are not going to get along with the Fenris. The Actina want to
the
help shelter everyone.
Glasswalkers don't really need anyone. The Shadow Lords keep trying to take over. The Wendigos fucking hate everyone. And everyone needs Karens. Everyone needs kinfolk. And let's be honest, the disturbing part with kinfolk and the breeding stock and, well, war.
Where the kinfolk have no basic human rights.
Yeah, and some tribes think that they're saving the kinfolk. Like, see, children guy, like, oh, we're rescuing them. When we're rescuing, I say that in quotation marks.
We just killed your wormish family and forcibly adopted you is all.
Oh yeah, that's all.
I'm going to be honest, out of all of them, I'd much rather be adopted by the Fianna.
The Fianna.
Of course you would.
And even then, the Fianna are not exactly squeaky clean. Because they are super superstitious. We're just...
Extremely.
Right, anything they interpret as a quote-unquote bad omen, they will kill you for.
Yes. So the apocalypse here is just an all-out civil war between the Gru and Gaia. It's, you know what? The world is fine. The Gaia is just watching her children kill themselves.
Basically, yeah.
Whoever wins gets mommy's love.
Yep.
Because after all,
Gaia is wine mom.
Because after all, she was perfectly okay with the Impertium and did nothing to interrupt the War of Rage.
Yep. It's like you know, that wine mom's upstairs. She hears her kids downstairs whacking each other over the head with toy lightsabers. She's like,
what they're not dead, whatever.
Yeah, they're not dead. They're fine, and they go back to talking. Or if you want like a little bit more serious, it's like when in the movie The Whale, when Charlie's talking to the missionary about reading the Bible, and it's like God creates us, banishes us from paradise. We spend the next couple 1,000 years wandering the planet and killing each other. And he's like, that's not exactly how I interpreted it. And that's basically how this ends.
Yeah, whoever wins gets mommy's love. The other fair have already lost mama's loves. So, which one of you, Guru, shall have mommy's love?
There can only be one.
You
There
know
can
what?
only be
Some
one.
of the I've made jokes. This is semi a part of this. Some of the Gru are pseudo heathenistic. I'm having a problem
Hedonistic.
with their beliefs. Like the wise guys semi worship the Christian God over here.
Yes.
They have an entire gift that is about saints.
Mm-hmm.
About seeing saints. Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's something that allows them to see saints, and by saints, it could be like actual saints, but it also can be the representation of a city, a human, or a person that is just their true self.
Mm-hmm.
And in the description, it said, Gaia and God, Gaia and or God. And I was like, wait, excuse me,
Hold up,
excuse
what
me.
did you? Yeah.
Technically, there's no rule in the litany saying you have to worship Gaia, but I'm pretty sure that's
sacrilege. Yes.
Because I was making a glass walker, and like here are all the tribe gifts, and it was their book, and I went to the gifts for the wise guys, like Gaia or God. Excuse me.
Yeah. Shall I tell you one I have for Sunset Riders?
Yes.
I don't have one for Red Talons of the Shadow Lords because the way they were set up in the original book, that was perfect in my mind.
Yes.
Where like fire breathing, the Roy Mustang, I snap my fingers and the city explodes. Red Talons was too awesome for me to say I have something better about, and the Shadow Lord one was just too poetic, just too poetically perfect for me to say I have anything else for. So with the Sunset Riders, this one was a hard one too. But then I realized, well, what if we combined the plot of Orpheus with the Sunset Riders? Now, Kyle, you're not entirely familiar with the story, are you?
No.
So some of the stuff is going to come out just a little bit out of context for you. Now, the main villain of Orpheus is Grandmother. That is her name. And as for what she is more or less Oblivion personified, is how to very quickly explain her. She is this raw force of death that will come up, eat the world, and then that's it. Nothing else happens after that.
The Grandma, as described earlier.
Yes. So there are two evil corporations you go up against in Orpheus. Orpheus Corporation is the main characters. Next World and Tyrell and Squibb are your enemies. Tyrell and Squibb is an evil pharmaceutical company that is taking the rates, and what's the Arcanoid inhabit that turns a wraith into an item? So they're doing that with wraiths, but they're turning them into pills. Is what's going on.
Ooh.
It doesn't sound healthy.
And the pills themselves give you suicidal depression. It makes you drawn closer and closer to death. Is the side effect.
That does not seem like a sustainable business model. Just saying.
It's not. They're just looking to get their money and run.
Actually, it is. I mean, cigarettes kill you, so how quickly does it kill you?
Mm-hmm. And we'll just reset back to you as vaping. Now it's pouches. Now what's the next thing that's going to come out when the pouches eventually get banned?
Butt plugs.
See, here's the thing. Scientists have actually come up with this ecological friendly, biodegradable paper vape. It's called a cigarette.
Marijuana. I was going to say weed, but legalize it. That's what you gotta do. That's the takeaway from this video. Legalize marijuana.
It's already legal in my state, and I can't fucking stand it. If there was one thing to test my sway towards libertarianism, it was the legalization of pot, because I smell it fucking everywhere, and it's disgusting.
You disgust me. You don't deserve rights. Fuck you.
Exactly. I'm like, I thought I could trust you people to make decisions, but now you just make the whole fucking state smell like shit.
There it is.
There it is. Ah, shit! Did that mean to open iMovie?
God or Gaia? Page 80 of the Glasswalker's Tribe book.
Image of the saints.
There it is.
Damn! Look at that.
Yeah. But now the other evil corporation in Orpheus is Next World. As for what their plan is, Kyle, they're basically Pentex, but they're not trying to hide themselves because they succeed. They get their way in Orpheus, is what happens.
That's not good.
They get their money and just open up a portal into the Shadowlands. and they ring a dinner bell, and every specter just pours out of that portal. Is what happens. So let's say that the Silent Stars pick up on this, where Pentax isn't well known to the Garu, but they begin to suspect that the same kind of companies as Indron and Magadon, shit like that, that's what Next World is. So instead of Orpheus trying to prevent it, the Silent Stars went in to try to prevent it. And they have this massive fight with Next World to fight against people that are half possessed by wraiths, or people that look like they die in front of them, only for their wraiths to come after them. And it's this massive, hard-fought battle until they finally get to the bottom of the room, only to find out that the tunnel's already been dug. So how are the Silent Stars going to stop it? The same way the Croton did. We're going to try to sacrifice ourselves to prevent this from happening. So Silent Stars just form a garrison, or just fighting off the specters, saying, we need every one of our men here now to fight against this portal. And every Silent Strider, hands on deck, are fighting this. They bring whatever ally from a different tribe that wants to help them in this. They fight against it until it gets to the point where they realize the only way to close this portal is from inside of it. So they realize that what needs to be done, it's a snap decision. It's either we die or everyone dies. They go into the portal closes, and they never come out.
Ooh.
And that's
yeah.
Until 10 years later, when that same portal opens up, and they come out as the Hungry Ghost again, but under a different scenario. Where
Every time you say hungry ghosts, I'm thinking of two things: hungry hippos, but also spooky, scary skeletons.
That makes sense.
And let's give the Hungry Ghost a little buff, where I think we might have said it before, but the only way to kill them is through dismemberment. And even then, that doesn't kill them.
It just keeps them from chasing after you more.
Yeah, it's a truly immortal werewolf, where the body parts will just put themselves back together unless you individually contain every single individual body part.
Everything just keeps reminding me of Dead Space nowadays. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you.
I think we should play. I think we need to do a let's play.
Oh, we're doing a let's play of Dead Space. I mean, I've already beaten it, but I'll play it again.
Yeah, I'll speed run.
I cannot speed run. I'm not good enough at video games to do that.
Next time we do a visit, we're going to do the Dead Space speed run.
Okay, it's not going to be a speed run, but I can try.
We're not going to sleep. We're not going to sleep. We're just going to say, if you want to sleep, you got to finish Dead Space.
Oh my god, I'll probably just pass out from sheer exhaustion. It'll be like that one guy streaming Majora's Mask when the moon starts.
The moon is falling.
Oh man.
I have two more ideas.
Please
share the ideas.
Well, the first one is so I remember that Pentex part of Pentex believes that they can contain the worm while harnessing his power. Now, in reality, they can't do that. But let's say they could. Let's say they actually managed to contain the worm. And the apocalypse is I want to bring the Valkyrie breeds into this. Because I fucking love the Valkyrie breeds. Is the Farah and the Gurv being replaced by these new breeds?
Ooh.
Okay.
And I want the Mockery breeds to give the real ones the Uncanny Valley effect.
Where you look at them and it gives you this whole instinct where you're not natural. There's something wrong with you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And this ties into a book that you were running too.
Yes. Once I finally get back to it and I stop procrastinating being a lazy bitch.
Here's what I recommend one writer to another. A little bit off topic, but if you don't mind me asking, what is it you do for work?
I lost my job for a while. I was massively unemployed. I got a new job.
Okay, good.
I finally managed to get a new job.
And do you have a break on that job, or maybe you can say bring a laptop in with you or something?
Yeah.
Right on your lunch break. I'm not joking. I know it's going to sound like you're going to be kind of worn out from the day, but when you are at your job, you will come up with all of your good ideas when you're bored out of your skull, and when you're in a place where you'd rather be doing literally anything else, you will crank out work when you're writing. Because that's how I wrote a lot of my stuff, is when I'm sitting in a lecture hall in college and I got all my notes done, I would just write. And when I was in the break room at my retail job before this job, I would write. And even now, on my breaks at my current job, I would write. That is when you will get the majority of your work done. When you would rather be doing literally anything else than your job, you will get some fucking work in on your book.
Okay.
That's my advice to not just you, but every writer out there. But so Uncanny Valley. Sorry to tangent
we have the
there.
Were-Dolphin.
Yeah, Uncanny
And the
Valley
Were-Dog.
Fair
Dogs. And it is these new breeds are taking over and are replacing the old ones.
So they just create like an invasive
Were-Ape.
species of mockery breeds.
Oh, yes, an invasive species of mockery breeds.
So like they're not
And
necessarily. Go ahead. Yeah.
And it's this stings for the group because like you're being replaced, and Gaia isn't intervening to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I do like that. That's a good one. Where it's just like, but they're not as strong and they're not as good and they are actually harming Gaia. But
they can be mass made.
Exactly. And they're just outbreeding and just it's like I keep always doing like metaphors and shit like this, but it's like how a German commander was talking about like the German Tiger versus the M1 Sherman, where he's like, a German Tiger can take on 4 Shermans, but the Americans would always bring 5. Pentax just McDonald'sing mockery breeds to take out the Gara.
But here's
Here's the smart bit.
But here's the fun part: is since they're not fully corrupted and since they're sapient, they can start turning on Pentax. This isn't them helping the Gru. This is more like, why are we taking orders from you?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay.
Because after all, we can do this better on our own, and then the symbol to Ouroboros, the snake in its own tail, where the worm will just destroy the forces of the worm. If given an opportunity
the worm destroys the forces of the worm. And the world may not end, but now you got these artificial invasive species just mass proliferating everywhere.
You get to have the apist in your game.
Yeah.
You just have like a microplastic Garo.
And every day is Monkey Monday now, Kyle.
Monkey Monday?
Aren't you happy? Monkey Monday.
Yeah.
Hold up.
My last major idea.
Yes.
My last major idea was, so this goes back to the Apocalypse book you did, and that the Weaver can technically be talked to. There's a chance that you can talk this crazy bitch down. And it is, the Weaver says, you know what? Okay, I'm going to calm down, and I'm actually going to help humanity get more cleaner technology. And we're going to do the gauntlet where only the bad spirits can't pass. And for Guru, it is, they're not needed anymore because pollution is going down and the bad things aren't passing over anymore. So what does the Guru do in a world where there's no longer a war?
They kill each other.
Yep.
They have no more purpose.
They take out the trash themselves.
It'll be the virus that eats itself as there's nothing left to eat.
Basically.
So,
unless you're a child of Gaia, then you're just chilling.
Some of them I can think semi-adapting. Yes, the Red Talons want to kill off humanity, but if nature's getting better, and they can just stay in their woods and just be their fucking little hermit wolves. The Glasswalkers love their technology. Some of them can be happy, sure. But I don't see the Get being happy. I don't see the Silverfangs being happy. The Shadow Lords being happy that they can never win now or take over.
Mm-hmm.
That does, however, pose an interesting conundrum, however, because, like, that only averts the werewolf apocalypse. But we did briefly mention Gehenna impacting Gara society, because that's still an apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll go over that in just a minute, too.
Excellent. That's what I was just thinking.
Let's see. The next, going down to tribes. I don't have a replacement for the Silverfangs because, once again, the Fiery Crown was perfect. So much so that we wrote it into 3.5.
Yes.
Now, it is a cool image.
Now for the Stargazers. What camp do you think we'll bring up in this?
The ones that are trying to venture into Malpheus to free the worm?
The Ouroborans.
Yes.
Now, I went down a different direction with this. The Metastic Birth. Where you remember these ones, right?
These are the guys that are trying to figure out when their like main guy will be born again.
No, that's Skytalpuck.
Oh.
The Metastic Birth says what the Weaver did in binding the worm. The Weaver made a cocoon for the worm. So what butterfly is going to come out of that? And as it turns out, the Stargazers were right. That cocoon hatches, and not only is there a trichworm, but the balanced butterfly comes out. And sure, not a very scary name until you see what it does. Where, what does it do? It flaps its wings, and death just happens.
Oh my god.
It comes out of Malpheus, it digs its way out, it makes itself manifest on a planet, and now you just have this absolutely beautiful creature that destroys whatever it looks at. It just looks at the trach worm, it kills the calamity, it kills consumption, and it kills defilement. Because I don't need you anymore. I've come back, and I've come bigger, better, and stronger than I ever have before. I don't need you anymore. And upon doing so, forcibly takes over the BSDs, and the Stargazers look around and have... Kyle, you've seen the thing, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
It's the same reaction that Blair has when he does the numbers and finds out just how dangerous the thing is.
And he just starts loading a gun.
Where the Stargazers talk with each other about this and say, well, what's going to happen with the apocalypse scenario? And they all look at each other, they go to the inner circle, the inner path, they run the numbers, and there is no coming back from this. It's it. That's it. The balanced butterfly is just going to come in and he's going to kill all of us. So the Stargazers just all... Yeah,
its balance is everything is dead.
It does. It's here to swipe the board clean and start all over again.
It basically is God in this scenario.
So they all look at each other and say, well, there's nothing we can do to beat this guy. Our only option that makes any logical sense is to join him.
Oh, Jesus.
And the Stargazers just all go off into this despair event horizon where each one of them becomes each one of them falls into Harano. And they change their name into the Metastic Truth, where they're going down because it's unavoidable, and they're going to take as many of you down with them as they can. Is the plan.
It's a terrible idea.
Just full-on despair death cult is what they turn into. And it's because the Metastic Birth coming out, it's Apothosura all over again, but so much worse. Because the Sun Laser isn't going to beat this guy. It's not going to happen.
No.
So all of them just go fucking insane. And the only way to defeat the Balanced Butterfly, do something like the Croton Sacrifice all over again. And that will just appease the Balanced Butterfly to going back to Malpheus. It won't stop it.
Well, if it goes back to Malpheus, then, like, what's it going to come back in another 100 years or something?
You'll still have a worm. And you'll still have that to look over your shoulder. So you're going to have to placate this cosmic threat that's going to be over your shoulder for the rest of... for however many longer guy might live.
Give me sacrifices. We're going back to the Aztecs.
Basically,
that's what happens. Yes,
but...
the worm turns into like death god that the BSDs thought it was.
Oh, Black Spirals are happy.
Semi-happy. They kind of wanted to die in general. Like,
yep.
You're kind of edging us now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe it becomes basically that fucked up Hearts of Iron mod, the New Order, where basically you just have a death cult that rules a country.
Death cult that for some reason, why are we not dead yet?
Basically. It's the worst death cult ever. This isn't what I signed up for.
You keep pussying out at the last second.
You keep
that
teasing
fucking
us.
edgy teenager girl.
Yep.
Girl, like, oh my god, I'll be so happy everyone just died. Like,
I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You watching me? Watch me do it? Watch me do it? Oh, definitely did it. Definitely did. Didn't pour it behind my head, down my shirt.
Yeah, basically, that's what it's doing.
Gen Xers who kept making like death jokes, but then pussy out when COVID happened.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You had a chance there.
The Octena. Shall we go over this idea?
Yes. Yeah. What do you have?
So, this was a conversation I had with Eden before, where he brought up a good idea. You know how 23andMe is now owned by China?
Yep.
So what if the Actina, who are the tribe of everybody who isn't white, got their hands on that and realized with Great Actina and some worm, suspicious origin gifts that Actina just happens to know. Actina's definitely trustworthy. He knows how this stuff works. And they use that and they make the gene bomb with it. Where they get the perfect helter-skelter bomb. All the Actina get the information from the Chinese government, find out what is very good at killing white people specifically, and then they just release it to the public.
Well, two things problem with that. One, turns out white people actually have some really resilient genetics compared to some other things. Like, they have thicker... I actually know this. Like, this is me being some premise, but white people's blood cells are actually semi-thicker than most other ones, which is why blood-related diseases have a harder time with them. There's also a reason why blood-related diseases are more prevalent in Africa, because Africans have thinner blood cells around their wall. Another reason, because Europeans went around fucking everyone, a large portion of the human race has European genetics, especially South America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the average South American is 50% European.
Interesting. So I can see how this is going to immediately backfire.
Oh yeah, because it's going to start killing everybody when they do this, and it's not a pathogen illness; it's a mental illness that does it. So, what are some of the things you can do with dementation, Kyle?
You can drive literally everybody around you insane. You can get anybody to kill each other for absolutely no reason.
Which is what the Actina would make, where they make it a disease that works as same as. Pulling up what specific dementation ability does this. Pulling this up for you as I speak. There is no dementation in V5. Googles, don't ask me that. Level 5 dementation is what happens. Total insanity. By that point. Where each and every person that has any sort of European blood in their system goes batshit insane and either kills everyone around them or themselves.
Okay, so that's all of South America. That's all of North America. Fun fact, there are little to no pure Native Americans left.
That's actually just really sad, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I know, that is sad. The only people who wouldn't be affected by this are a large portion of Asians and like half of Africa. Arabs are a mixture. They're mixed.
And they go and they head on over to those 3 continents and just enjoy the helter-skeltering.
Yep.
And
so
they get their revenge, and in doing so, fall to the worm.
Yes, they actually wipe out their own original people as well. Like
Good job,
there are little to no pure Native Americans left. There are no pure South Americans. There are very pure humans in general left.
Well, we've all been traveling, and then we realized like it doesn't really matter. We can kind of do whatever we want.
There it is. I have the inward pass because I am 0.4% African.
So you have a good chunk of Africa left, and you have a good chunk of Asia left. That's it. Everyone else dies.
That's why this whole like white nationalist bullshit is bullshit.
Yes,
because there is no pure white person anymore.
Oh,
it's just not a thing.
No, it just doesn't exist.
When I say, as an American, when I say white, I mean someone of primarily European descent.
Yes.
So I would call a lot of Hispanics white, depending on that. Like if you're like 70% or more European, like right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And a bunch of these Nazis want to say like the Albanians and Armenians are a different race, where even though you have the same skin color.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
This is the funniest tangent. Like in the United States is the only place that treats Hispanic like a race. And the reason we do this is because Hispanics are primarily 60% or more European. So we don't want to include them in white.
Yeah,
but by calling Hispanics their own race, you have to consider the Spaniards and the Portuguese their own race. So they're not considered Europeans.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. And I think the only reason they do that, I think the only reason they do that now is just because they happen to speak a different language.
Yeah, and that's it.
Like we used to not consider the Italians white, but Hitler accepted them. So like if you're white enough for Hitler, you're white enough for the American senators.
They used to not consider the Irish white.
Yeah.
Like you
So
would
right
see
now, the
signs
only
like in the South that would, or just anywhere in like the 1910s, 1920s is like, blacks, Irish need not apply.
so like a Hispanic who's like 60% European has child with a like 80% European. That person's mostly European, but according to like the U.S. government, your slightly beige child is not white enough, so they're Hispanic, even
Yeah.
though that is not the real definition of Hispanic. They don't know Spanish and they're not born in any of the former the Latin America.
Yep.
So, they're Hispanic. That's the race now in the United States. Hispanic is treated like a race
Mm.
rather than
Even
a
though it's
cultural
not really.
term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going on weird tangents in this apocalypse series, man.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is.
The other moral is that you Nazis always lose. The Nazis always lose.
They're really, really.
You don't know who you hate anymore.
Everything goes back to that old post of like supposed master race with the greatest army fights one war, loses.
Like, I don't even know why they like idolize Germany. They lost. Like, you should be idolizing the UK. They managed to get like 70% of the planet.
And now they in turn are being helter-skeltered.
Yeah. So the Nazis always lose, so the U tend to lose because they wiped out their own people.
Yes. And by that point, your hatred for the white race outweighed the love you had for your own people. Is the moral here?
That's why love always wins. All you need is love.
Yeah.
And with the Wendigo, I didn't finish the thought, but it was an idea of the Wendigo falling to the Weaver instead.
Really?
Actually, wait, real quick. A good portion of Asia, because of the Mongols and grape, and also European steppe people did it too. I forget what their tribes were. A lot of good checking of that section of Asia where the Mongols live and the Eastern Europeans actually share a lot of DNA as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're wiped out as well. Just that's another group of people.
And then fourth one, our related to Genghis Khan.
Yep.
It was that. Remember this joke I made? It was this fake news article that said teenage boy impregnates 28 women after ejaculating into a swimming pool.
Oh yeah, it was a fake headline, but it was still funny regardless.
And all it's like that's how Genghis Khan populated. Spread around. You get invited to Genghis Khan's pool party where he has all this foam in the water and both of his hands are underneath the water the entire time. What's he doing? I don't know. Or there's only women in the pool? I don't know. That's how it happened.
That's gross.
Just how grimy Genghis Khan is.
Oh my god. Never playing Genghis Khan in Civilization ever again.
Don't get in this man's pool.
Anyhow, Howler, you had another idea?
With the Wendigo.
Johnny go.
Johnny had one. Okay.
So I didn't finish the thought, but it's the idea of the Wendigo falling to the Weaver, where the Weaver looks over at the nuclear winter happening from all the volcanoes going off, and thinks to herself, well, my bow is spray glue. I don't need it anymore because everything's freezing solid. And I didn't need to buy the spray glue after all, but I need everything to stay frozen. Who among you can help me do that? As the Weaver looks around, the Wendigo. That's who we'll use. So she goes over to the Wendigo and says, hey, are you guys enjoying your time in Novat? Yeah. Do you want to live in Novat forever? Yes. Do you want to help me freeze the planet to make sure nobody ever threatens Nunavut? Yes. And then they do it.
But the thing is, I don't think the Weaver would necessarily go for that because the whole idea is that she wants the planet frozen in her hypothetical perfect state, which nuclear winter really is not for her, is it?
She'll just freeze the planet solid and then keep the things the way they are. Or she says, I like New York the way it is. Los Angeles blew up, but it's fine. And then I'll just get my pattern spires and my drones and my hit marks to build it. So we'll just make everything that the Weaver wants to build uninhabitable, keep it a frozen wasteland. Meanwhile, all of her robots just build the cities back to where she wants it. And the Weaver just freezes the planet, and then she just spends the rest of eternity just playing with Legos.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is what she does. Good.
Yeah.
I would see instead the Weaver make an alliance with Satan. And, in the world of darkness, those two will love each other.
Yes.
Kind of.
And so the freezing is... Yeah, Lucifer. Those two... So freezing is like... not actually like dead, but like they're just stuck stasis.
Yes.
You're just perfectly frozen solid as a popsicle.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that picture there is European ancestry across the world, so everyone there just gets wiped out.
Oh my god, yeah, you are right about that.
Yes. Well, it'll take me down to Funky Town
Europeans
with the
got
antenna.
around. Okay?
Yeah.
They got
They
around.
did travel a lot.
I'm not a player, I just fuck a lot.
Love how there's this section that says Europeanness disputed, and it's just all of Turkey and Israel. It is literally just all of Turkey and Israel. That's insane.
We just use whether or not they're white.
I can't believe this is something we debate. What the fuck is this map, dude? Oh my god. Oh.
Those two.
Are the Jews white?
That's the real question, isn't it?
It's That's Jesus Christ.
The antenna fucked up. The Jews are still alive.
There it is.
Yes,
Bring it up, J-Dub.
takes another dub.
Bring
Let's
it up,
go.
the Jays get a dub.
Oh my god, this episode's a fucking mess.
The antenna were the real Zionists the entire time.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking broke Johnny again, god damn it.
I'm thinking of like this like this anti-Semitic feminist, but they're instead of do you know who's controlled the world is the antenna to control the world, and that's their conspiracy.
Oh my god. That would not surprise me for the antenna, in all honesty.
They're like saying like Heimdall was right. Hashtag Heimdall was right.
Another funny thing with the antenna is they hate the Glasswalkers because the Glasswalkers were originally the Iron Riders.
Yes.
But the Glasswalkers started in Israel.
Yep.
Like the tribe, the Orders of Man. Like, you please yourself. We're back in action.
It looks like we're back in Finery. How about that?
And the Glassworkers go back to Jerusalem and find the Ark of the Covenant.
We're going to restart humanity in the image of God.
Yes. And then behold, and now we have a Neo Jerusalem run by the Glassworkers.
Like you played yourself, Utena.
Played yourself. Another one. Okay.
We never did get a scenario of the fair breeds falling, now, did we?
I don't think we did. No.
Oh, the fair they don't get a lot. Okay, who do you want to start with?
I don't have anything for the Ajaba because the Ajaba are just like a throwaway breed, in all honesty.
They're just kind of chilling.
They are.
Yeah. And the best... I have fully turned to Bastet.
Really?
I'm of the opinion now where I wish this wasn't a werewolf at all.
Really?
After going through their breed book and seeing like how we got a mage rider to like shit all over the war and just make it a mage book by another name.
It was,
and how in all these books the Bastet have never been involved in anything. I've never gotten anywhere with anything. Where the only group of Bastet I care about anymore are the Bubasti, and that's it.
Well, the Babasti are fun because, Chicha says Babasti.
It's Beerus and Champa.
The only reason I care about the Bastet is because big cats are cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Like, they have survived on pure aura alone. They are so lucky that tigers are so fucking cool. Cool. That's it.
Or just having like a Rage Girls China game and having a were-tiger in it, that's cool. But that's also the only reason why the Bastet are in the game is just because it's cool. They have no real...
they survived on aura, bro.
Pure aura. It's the same thing with the Ajaba. Hyenas are cool, and the most interesting about them is their reverse gender dynamics. That's it.
Mm-hmm. It's the term I'm looking for, because I've been reading this trope a lot in my breaks, is franchise original sin, is what it's called.
Really?
And the problems that are in Chronicles of Darkness that are the reason why I fucking hate Chronicles of Darkness were present in the old World of Darkness and got carried over into it. And doing something just for the sake of it being cool was a problem that was in World of the Apocalypse. Where, sure, it works off as like butt awesome, like crazy awesome sometimes. Same thing with Exalted, where like a lot of ideas that would be crazy in Mage and Werewolf would get pulled over into Exalted to the point where exalted became like, oh, this is epic, like narwhal with a spork, kind of awesome. As in, the sun is a giant mecha that can then transform and punch the planet. Is something that's in exalted. Now, you think I'm bullshitting you, but no, that's in there.
Yeah, it just sounds
But-
kind of ridiculous.
But that also started with Chronicles, where Chronicles, like Werewolf the Forsaken is what I'm talking about specifically. And now there is nothing going on in Werewolf the Forsaken. There's no plot. There's no mad plot going on. There's no global threat. It's just The Legend of Korra Season 3. And that's the premise. That's
Local
that's the only premise.
consequences only.
So...
okay, this is just the thing. I prefer local consequences over global consequences, so that's just me.
And with Chronicles, where you have all these changing breeds, you have even more changing breeds than Forsaken. But do any of them actually do anything?
No.
And the answer is no. Where that idea started with the Bastet, where when they were making Werewolf the Forsaken, they looked at the Bastet and said, well, the Bastet here, but we didn't really have anything to do with them. Well, did we need to? And then they thought, with the local stakes of Chronicles, no, we don't need to explain any of these changing breeds. And so they're all just here in Forsaken, where, okay, we have the toy. Here's the toy you get to play with. There is no description or anything to the toy. You just get to have it. And that's it. And
we were given the game, but not the... Well, I mean, we had a rule book, but, like, not a very good one.
And nobody gave a shit. And so everybody just did what they wanted to do with Chronicles. So the reason why you like Chronicles is because of your personal experience with it, and that's it. You don't actually like Chronicles for Chronicles. You like it because you were in a good game, or you ran a good game once upon a time. This is why you like it.
Fair enough. For ideas, so you have nothing for the Bastet?
I have nothing for Bastet, but I do have one for the Ananasi.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You go.
The premise is simple. Queen Ananasa dies. Is how it starts.
Okay.
Where, isn't it? It's a little bit hokey to me that she's in Malpheus and yet no BSD knows where she is.
I mean, why would they care?
How about the BSDs find out and say, wait a minute, we've got this spider Illuminati that's been screwing us over in the background. They Ananasi have their veil breached and get exposed. And the BSDs capture Ananasi, capture it, interrogate it, and find out what Queen Ananasa is. They say, oh, there's a central figurehead down in Malpheus that's giving all of you your rules. And you've been doing a bunch of false flag attacks as this worm cast where you've been working with the balance worm, but not the track worm. Tell us where she is. They find Queen Ananasa, break the Amber prison, and kill her. Simple as that. And in doing so, the Ananasi as a faction completely break down. You remember how we did in the Ananasi episode that the thing that's preventing Ananasi from making any real progress is because of how much they're fighting each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now you have no queen to mediate it.
So things just get out of hand from there.
They will completely implode, yes. Where it's going to be another Night of the General scenario where the Tenir say, well, we were the closest to the Weaver, and Ananasa was of the Weaver originally, so we are the closest ones to fulfill her will. While we'll say, well, no, we're fighting for Gaia to preserve the protection of Gaia. We, who represent the Wild, who is the lesser of the Triad, need to be given the power in order to balance things out. The Worm will then say, well, what with the Hatar will say, well, where are we supposed to fit in this? Where are we supposed to fit in? Do we not get a vote? And it results in this big civil war where at the end of it, the Hatar win and are the only cast left alive. The Komoti and the Tenir both die. And in doing so, they then fully corrupt themselves where you killed too many people. You went and saved from all this bloodlust, you became infinitized. And then your bloodlust, you end up becoming the Black Widows. Where you go around, and the premise is simple. Spill blood for the worm. That's your new job. Just the only thing he cares about are the Myrmidons. You just go out and just spill blood in the name of the worm. That's your new master now. And that's my idea.
I mean, that sounds pretty. That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
My idea is the dead, and I put that in quotation mark, the dead fair breeds. This kind of comes to yours. It just so happens that you kind of did this too, like the coming back and getting revenge, because there was a book called House of the Apocalypse. I'm getting the idea from this, where so the werepigs, the skull pigs, they can become sapient if they eat like the bones of a supernatural again. One of these, I forget the main name, has the ability to shapeshift again. And he's like the king one, and they're trying to get their own totem. But I decided, well, wouldn't it be interesting if the wereboars, the werebulls, the apis, and the werebats come back, and it's them just getting their revenge.
That'd be
And
interesting.
when they kill someone, they resurrect them. You get a skull head. So skull pigs, I don't know, skull boars, skull bats.
Skulls
They're
for Skull
resurrected.
Throne.
Yeah, skulls for skull thrones. Like you get skull wolves, you get skull bastet, and it's just the undead army.
We had the skull.
The army of
skulls
darkness.
into a beautiful necklace.
Yeah, I thought that would just be neat, just like these. I think they will just be cool.
And the Grunder finally get to do something.
The Grunders finally get to do something. Yes.
Well, when was the last time you saw a live play of Werewolf that used the skull pigs?
There was one?
Yeah, you can't answer that, can you?
Rage. Oh, wait, no, yes, I can. Rage across the internet. They had one. They had 2 episodes with a skull pig.
Yeah, 2 episodes with the skull pigs, and then they stopped using them, right?
Yes.
Because in the face of the BSDs, what's there to really do with the skull pigs that the BSDs can't do but better?
Nothing.
And that's the thing. It's just a shock troop that dies, and that's it.
Yep.
So that's why you don't see anybody use them. Ah, man, the Grunder were just there to die, and that was it. And it just went nowhere.
A lot of things were.
Let's see.
Do you have any idea what the dead fair breeds? What you do with them? The boar, the boars, the bulls, and the bats.
See, the bats.
No.
See, not with them. I didn't write scenarios with them. I do have one for the Korax if you want.
Oh, my boys, no.
All right. So, what happens to them is that basically what this is going to boil down to is that the Korax take the black pill, is what happens. Where what happens with the Korax is that, and Helios is in the sky, and then the Harbinger scenario starts happening. So this is in the same kind of world where it's the last battleground or a trap falls, is what happens. So as they're going around, passing these notes around, the final looks at these Korax and say, why is the coronation still a thing after half the world exploded? Wait, hold on, I know what it is. It's those fucking birds in the sky. That's who it is. You flying over there. Don't mind if I do just reach up and ruin you. As the father just reaches up, grabs a Korax and pulls it down, and says, "Here, I got a message for you. Tell them this." And the father just lays out what the rest of the apocalypse was, where it doesn't need to be. It can either be fake or it can be real. Where it's a part of the prophecy that the Sun Striders didn't originally see, and then the truth is so terrible that Korax immediately falls into Hirano. And the father says, now go out and spread the word. And the Korax goes over, tells another Korax, and just the news just crushes their spirits as they go around. And the Korax just become this force of despair and depression where the only news they have to deliver is bad news. Until they all look at themselves and say, what's the point of going on anymore? If this is what it's going to be. Where the good old days aren't going to come back. The world's just going to keep getting worse and worse. We're not going to ever rebuild. So why are we still doing this? And this everlasting force of nihilism just takes over the Korax to the point where they say, you know what is the point? And so they either take it themselves, or they take the Randy Stair route and take everyone down with them. Is what happens.
That just makes me sad.
There it is. They just go ahead, take the black pill, and become doomers. Is the idea I have with them.
Next in the alphabetical order, I like that idea, is the foxes.
The Kitsune.
They get blown up by a volcano. End of story.
Yeah, well, and that's it. That scenario.
They can do. I don't see them being able to do anything.
Well, I got one for you. So let's say they just avoid this shit going on by just stepping sideways into the Umbra in Japan.
Yeah.
As something they can do. We just avoid that. Well, Japan just blows up. They just go over, hide in the Umbra, and then when all the initial interruptions end, they come back and find out that Japan is completely destroyed. Just the land that Gaia told them was going to survive apocalypse did not survive apocalypse. Now did it?
I lied. Joke's on you, losers. Sucked you.
So what happens? How about Kitsune by the name of Hideki Tojo decides we need to invade China?
Well, we need new land, so yeah.
Oh, wait, he names himself after the Emperor of Japan in World War II.
The Imperial Japanese Kitsune. And that's what happens. So China still exists, doesn't it, in this apocalypse scenario? How about we just invade China?
China have volcanoes? Wait a second.
Yeah, I think they do.
I'm pretty sure China has volcanoes.
They have volcanoes, but they're still an Asian battleground in the scenario.
I don't remember where the fucking... Oh, yeah. They've got a couple, but they're in the north of China.
And then as they're going over, they think to themselves, well, hold on a minute. We can't actually sell down in China because of the coal curse that we have. And think, oh, right, so this is all for nothing, isn't it? But then the father pops in and says, hold on a minute, guys. If you make a pact with me, I can get rid of that for you. And the Kitsune realize, well, it's either do that, join, or die. So, Guy told us a pack of lies with the whole Japan thing, so, one liar to another, we'll sign up with you, Worm.
All right, then, for Japan, I want them to rock the fuck. Oh, have their fur turn white, and they paint the red the red star,
the red sun on their chest,
on their chest or head.
And just go around. They scream bonsai. They plant booby traps on dead bodies. They fly planes into other people's boats.
That might be much like the dishonored ones have to commit suicide by becoming suicide bombers.
Oh my god.
It's 1941 all over again. Hooray.
Oh, man.
The Macaulay! These ones, their ability to affect the dreaming, I think this one will be fun.
All right, what is the plan for the Macaulay?
Well,
going into that?
The dreaming is memory. It's history. So what if the Macaulay just I don't know why they would do it. I'm trying to get motivation, but they just destroy everyone's collective memory and change the collective memory to get everyone to fucking hate each other.
It could be
they become professional censorers who change the amnesis to make it so that it's the Geru's fault the apocalypse happened. It's the Geru's fault the Emergium happened, the Geru's fault for the War of Rage. And they use this up as an opportunity to become Dragon Kings all over again.
And they turn everybody against the Gara. That's a good idea right there. Or I feel that could be the result of I don't recall
Macaulay don't like humans either.
Yeah, no. It could be I don't remember which apocalypse scenario that it was that I think the children of Gaia started talking to the Macaulay
Weaver
again.
Ascending it happens.
Yeah, Weaver Ascending, where it's those negotiations turn sour. The Macaulay decide to, you know what, fuck you. We're gonna fuck up all of your memories of that, and just make everybody hate you even more.
And given it's apocalypse in the Veil doesn't really matter anymore, well, how about we just go full Gojira mode? And there we are.
Quick, somebody start playing Flying Whales or something like that.
I was saying about the opening of Shigeki no Kyojin.
I was thinking about the band Gojira. Listen to the band Gojira; they're really good.
And now we have the Toei Godzilla movie apocalypse scenario. So
cool.
that sounds fun.
Next in the alphabetical order is the Naga.
See, the snakes. Well, plain simple, they blame the Garo Nation for apocalypse happening and they kill them.
Oh, they already kill Guru on site for most of the part.
So,
but the question is how. Most people think they're extinct besides the Beast Courts. The Beast Courts don't do anything.
So while this is going on, how about the Naga say, let's get with the Macaulay scenario, now is our time to rise up as Beast Courts. So look at their allies with the Stargazers Hakin and Stargazers Hakin, Uktena. How about we just kill them? They don't need to tell the Garo
Let's just fucking kill them.
Now is our time to make Asia our own, where we can go.
Kill their allies?
Yeah, full on Asian nationalist and say just fuck the wolves, fuck any sort of wolf connection, death to the bully Johije. They just go ahead and say this is now full on Emerald Court land. There will be no Geru whatever going on here, and anyone who threatens this beautiful thing we got going on in Asia dies.
Asia's kind of getting rough there with pollution, but so the wolves, what about the rest of the Beast Court? Like the rats or the Macaulay or...
Then they gotta make themselves known, and they say, we have your doxes, we have your Karens, we have your Seps, we know your faces. You either obey our regime, or we kill you. And they go from being
And the
necessity.
rats
they got
go,
along
fuck
with
you,
the
we don't
Silent
have
Riders.
addresses. And then they go, fine, we're just going to kill you all then.
Or rather, they can take the Night Lord approach, where if you're familiar with 40k, they don't reveal themselves, and instead become these codes in the shadows, where they don't tell you what the agenda and the rule set is, but if you break it, then the guy will kill you for it.
That seems stupid. That's a stupid rule.
Yeah,
Is that what the Night
like,
Lords do in 40k? They're stupid.
They basically become like Yakubi with the Death Note. If you break my arbitrary laws, I will kill you. And eventually that extends from other fair breeds to humans in general in Asia.
They'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Yeah, I want to see a snake fight a fucking shark.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I think that'd be sick.
The snake shark fight. And
okay, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, the Rokei wouldn't fuck with them anyway, unless they were a betweener. We did skip the girl, actually.
The Gora? Wait,
they were sleeping. Don't worry about them.
Oh my god, the bears! I completely forgot about them.
We skipped the babies.
They were sleeping. Don't worry
What would they do?
about
Make
it.
everyone go to sleep? You know what? Let's say the bears rage out and say, fuck it, we ball.
I would love that.
I'll also think of like a different way where there were much corruption, destruction by inaction.
Yeah, it makes sense to Garal.
Where they get a vision, but they don't know it's the worm, but it says, this whole thing going on with Apocalypse, here's a few vaults for you to sleep in. Just camp out here, pick your feet up, and just let nature take its course. And then after, say, 20 years pass, come outside and take over the world.
They go, okay, we don't got to do anything. This sounds great.
It becomes like the sin of sloth, so to speak.
Yes.
Where, like as we went over in the previous scenarios in this book, this would have been the time for the girl to step out and do something. To come out and start cleaning. But instead, the worm tricks the girl into sleeping it off, and then the world goes to shit without them. Is what happens. It's not as glamorous of a scenario, but it would be deadly.
Yes.
Bears are so cool, and in the world of darkness, they're just there.
Yes. Well,
this is why I made Borisov and have not had the time to use him.
Yeah, put him in Appalachia already. Just fucking just do it.
I'm probably going to, more than likely, he'd, because he's Russian, he would probably, gotten over to California with Lance's
put him in
dad.
Ranch Los Angeles.
What?
Yes. You want to put him in Ranch Los Angeles? If you put him in Miami by Night.
No, there wouldn't be any reason for him to be there.
But besides him just being a boss fight.
Well, I mean, it's more probable in the story I had in mind to put him in L.A. because, he's Russian. Lance's dad is Russian.
I gotta wait until I'm Patty to meet him.
Sadly, yes. But you and him may or may not be good friends. He's a large, jolly Russian son of a bitch. And then somebody gets him mad and he'll kill everything that he looks at.
It's going to be like Poe meeting Li Shan is going to be their dynamic.
Yeah, except, Boris is a lot more chill until something pisses him off.
Yeah.
Next is the coyotes.
The coyotes.
Who shouldn't be a changing breed because coyotes are fertile with wolves.
Poor old Danston gonna get the short end of the stick on this apocalypse scenario.
All right.
Actually, going back to coyotes are fertile with wolves. What if the coyotes just mess with the genetics of wolves by just breeding with the wolves, and now you can't make any more werewolves?
They make the coy wolf breedable.
Yeah.
They give you the red talon African painted dog ending.
There it is. The new should take over by fucking your wife.
Cuck the Garo Nation.
Yes, if I could trace back to the moment I got started with you, it would definitely be when you fucked my wife. And I just spin the keys here. I'm not misinterpreting things. That's what you did.
Oh my god! But that's a joke thing. What do you have as a real one?
For this, I have an idea for this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to mix this in with my idea of Gaia being the source of her own apocalypse.
Ooh.
Where, what's the plan here? Then we should begin to figure out, wait, hold a minute, why is Gaia not doing anything about this? They think to themselves. And so, Red's Aether comes over to Gaia and speaks to the soul of Gaia. After a long conversation, Gaia comes to the conclusion of, I actually do have the power to save myself. You're actually right about that, Nuisha, I do. And What does Gaia do? Turns herself inside out.
Wait, what?
Okay. That's a radical solution.
Well, Gaia technically is still alive.
Yeah, where all she's got to do is that starting from Antarctica, she just opens up and just folds in on herself.
Sucks to be everyone else. Good luck, everybody else.
Basically.
And that's it. Where she traps you inside of herself, she traps her molten nickel core inside of herself too, and you just roast to death inside of her oven.
That sounds immediate and terrifying.
And that's it. That's the plan. That's it. It's easy as that.
The coyotes jokes on us.
Yeah. Or then we should do a different scenario with like same way where it said, hey, how about we? It's time to wipe the board clean. Start these pranks all over again. How about we just do that large? What was it? It was that machine that collided two particles at each other in high speed, and people were saying, no, don't do that. You're gonna make a black hole with that.
How about I do anyway?
Yeah.
The coyotes. This is gonna be a joke. This is what we call a pro gamer move.
We're going to our pro gamer mood. We're going to reset the board by just having these two particles collide into each other and start a black hole, and then we're just going to dip.
Dude, this prank gonna be crazy, and it's a nuclear bomb on top of a door.
And then while that's going on, then we should just do their damage and go to the moon.
Lol.
As easy as that.
The black hole will take the moon. That's too close.
Yeah. You're going to have to call Luna for other context and just like jump across moons until you go across and like find some like Deimos. Or one of the because Luna's not just our moon but all moons.
Oh, right.
So eventually just find one where Luna actually has a planet you can just live on. And everyone else will be dead, but the 99 Nuisha will be fine. And then one more Nuisha will be born, and there'll just always just be a constant number of 100 Nuisha.
That leaves.
I think the ratkin just read themselves.
We already know what the rats will do.
Just let the ratkin do what they were already doing, and let reach its natural conclusion.
Yep.
It's that easy. I think we all know what's going to happen.
Yep. That leaves the were sharks flood the world.
How about they find La Sombra?
Ooh.
What would a were shark even say to La Sombra? There's just this undead pale dude chilling at the bottom of the sea.
Oh no, he's not even that. He's just a black mass of tentacles. So
what if they tried fighting the worm? They also know where the worm is at. He's just down here.
They look at La Sombra and they think he's the worm, only to immediately get dragged into La Sombra, and then you're shown the full horrors of the abyss. In doing so, you mind break the sharks, you then let them go, and they become the shadow sharks. Their entire bodies are coated in a black mass that's immune to sunlight. And then La Sombra just turns them loose and sends them off to the surface and says, just go ahead, I hate the world, I hate living, have everyone else hate it as much as I do. And that's the plan.
The bale sharks are also interesting. What if the bale sharks could, like, transform again? Like, get actual forms instead of just being big shark?
Instead of just being evil sharks. Full-on evil nuclear sharks.
Yes, but now they have built the shape shift again, so you have, like, nuclear were sharks.
That's cool. I like that.
Or the sharks develop a gift that allows them to swim on land.
Oh my god, land sharks, yeah.
Yeah. Where it's full on Senior Pink from One Piece or Oasis from JoJo, where it's solid ground, but you can just swim through it.
Like, they need to get rid of the humans.
And there it is. And you just start eating people. And it's as easy as that.
It's like a really bad Flash game.
Yeah. You've played that Flash game, I know.
I have once. Yeah. It was pretty intense.
A Sharknado, if you will.
Oh my god.
Yes. I saw the episode of Mythbusters. Yes. What was it? The whole nostalgic critic did a whole parody of it.
Oh my god.
Hey, Jamie, some people are wondering, is it possible to set water on fire? Who the hell is wondering that?
Who the hell is wondering that? Quack,
there it is, the land shark.
The land shark. That kind of looks cool, though.
How it's posted. Yeah.
It does actually look pretty sick.
Let's see.
Now, shall we combine... shall we combine Gehenna with the Apocalypse now?
Yes.
Now,
Well, yeah, because there are other splats. Like they all share the same world.
Now with Wormwood and Ferris Fowl, those exist in their own bubbles. They can only ever work in a just straight vampire story, because the other fair breeds and changing breeds and mages and wraiths and changelings aren't affected in those. It's just what goes on with the Withering happens, and then what goes on with Lilith happens, and that's it really. But Nightshade is going to include the entire world. Now, Kyle, remember I told you what Nightshade was, where it's... First of all, it's Zumichi just pops up in the middle of New York.
And just starts consuming.
Now, how is Garnation going to respond to that?
Hit the panic button, throw whatever they can at it.
Where, as it turns out, it turns out that Zumichi did indeed dig a hole to China, and now he's dug all the way to New York, and at any moment this man could just pop out of the ground and cause shit. So what's the play on that?
Get Gaia to collapse in on him and sever the limbs.
And then in a reverse too, where I told you that Jan Petersoon goes on like The View is basically what he goes on to.
So basically,
says,
vampires are indeed parts of our society. We've been we've been doing our best to be this sort of benevolent sort of government in order to create a safe place for humans to prosper. And there's a number of other supernatural sites that we need to be aware of in order to make this human-safe future possible with the aid of vampires. Does that sound about right?
And he convinces everybody that vampires are a good thing.
I mean, well, to be fair, the vampires just want to rule humans. The werewolves want to re-genocide them.
It reads like a BuzzFeed or a Vice article where vampires are actually good, actually.
Yes.
Listen, they're trying to kill you. We're not trying to do that. We just want a little bit of your blood.
The Camarilla, at the very least. The Sabbat, they would haze the Sabbat to no end. Just Sabbat, kill them. Einarchs, kill them. We'll tell you who's who. And as for the Garnation, now what if Jan Pearson, while he was on TV, just exposed the veil while he was on TV?
Motherfucker.
Where he just goes out and says, there are werewolves. The werewolves are evil. They are trying to take over the world. We are not one with the werewolves. We inspire you to help and rise against the werewolf hunt. They are weak to fire. They are weak to silver. And just basically just exposes the whole Garu nation. So,
well, Vale's breach going loud.
The vampires would be better because the Guru are terrorists.
They are, yeah. They're
look at all these family. They wouldn't even have to lie. Hey, look, have you lost a family member? The Guru did that.
Are you one of millions of Americans suffering from the Garo Nation?
Well, you could be entitled to compensation.
We will connect you with a representative as to how to handle this problem. Please text the word wolf to 555-0101.
That'd be really funny. Alternative to that, say that you've got like some bigwig shadow lord that's like in good with Jan Peterson, and he's like, okay, here's a list of tribes that are friendly to us. Make sure that they know that these are ones they can trust, and these guys, especially this one, the Silver Fangs, they're the evil ones. Us shadow lords, we're your friends. And together we'll ally and we'll rule society together.
They just tell everyone that's an ally, just hide your
that works up until the Glasswalkers re-kicked the internet like, hey, no.
You have a complete collapse where the Glasswalkers team up with the Anarchs.
Yep.
And start their own rebellion against them.
That's something I'd like to see.
We Glasswalkers and Bonars have been with you guys since the beginning. We didn't genocide you.
So that would be
genocided you.
That'll be the Shadow Lords, Gif, and Riss. That's really the only group that will immediately get in bed with the Shadow Lords.
I just remember something. The Glasswalkers, I do believe, are the only people that really mass write down Guru history. Like everyone else is.
I'm sorry, aren't you forgetting something?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you too. But I meant they record it. They actually record it, like actual recording tapes, which you're not supposed to do. Like, hey, we can prove. We can actually prove that we have never hurt you guys.
You launch a cyber attack on the glassworkers and you get all their video and leak it.
Yep.
No, the Glasswalkers release all the dirty information they know on the Guru Nation.
On the Shadow Lords. And then it's a whole like mutually assured destruction scenario when that happens. Just everybody's trying each other, and then you have just an absolute fiasco. That would make the Nightshade scenario even worse for everyone. That's the Shadow Lords and Gethsemane teamed up with the Camarillah's big three, the Ventru, Tremere, and Toreador.
The Silver Fangs were probably with the Caramel. Like, you guys are like pseudo-monarchists. You're not poor people.
And then versus the Glassworkers, the Bruja, the Gangrel.
I see the Glassworkers also with the Camarillo, but I see the Bonars with the Bruja.
Oh, definitely Bonars and Bruja together.
And then you have the opportunistic La Sombra member who tries to get a piece of the pie as well.
Yeah.
We're going around trying to get somebody on like Sabat, where often La Sombra like go over and talk to like the radical Fenris and like trick them into staying with Sabat's interest.
They're like, you guys are trying to kill.
No, that wouldn't happen.
No,
never mind. The Black Sparrow interest who they do that with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a better idea.
The Wendigos once again are just staying there. Ice cubes, leave me alone.
There it is. I don't have to deal with any of this.
I see, like, earlier when, like, you know, when we first started talking about the werewolf tribes, I thought the Wendigo were pretty fucking rad, and I really wanted to play a Wendigo. But the longer we talk about how little the Wendigo actually contributes, the less I actually want to play a Wendigo.
I don't think they did a lot of research in them, but I don't think White Wolf had a plan with them.
Here's the thing, it's not even that they're bad. I love the Silverfangs because they're assholes, and I was very upset with like 5th edition removing that assholelessness and the monarchy and like, the leaders are perfectly. No, this is boring.
It's not the self-placating Jonas Albert who's just there to apologize to the world.
Yes, like, no, this is boring. I love the Silverfangs because they are at least
doing
something.
Yeah, they're not doing
something. And they're dicks.
Rarely ever the right thing.
And this is my favorite tribe because they're a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
I used to like the Wendigos. They're assholes, but they don't do anything.
Yeah, it's because my favorite group is the Red Talons because of just how alien that mindset is. Where you're dealing with a group that they don't even see themselves as evil. They don't even recognize what evil is. They deny they exist.
Yep.
It's the mentality of I don't know what evil is because I'm
incapable of evil. Yep.
Yes, I could do no wrong for I not know what wrong is.
Therefore, it's okay if I mass murder these children and sacrifice them to Gaia. This isn't evil. Humans aren't people.
So you're going off of a completely different morality scale with the Red Talons.
Yeah, that's the interesting part about it. It's like the mysterious stranger from Mark Twain.
Where we can make more humans if we need them. And that's the mentality. And then that's before you even get into the into set building the Legion of Doom. Before that even happens. Where if I remember the lineup correctly, it's set at the top with Enoya, La Sombra, Malkav, Erikel, Absimilliard, and Hakim on this team.
Ooh.
So is your nation going to win against that?
Oh no, not even just against Hakim alone. They're in for a fight.
Oh yeah, they have no weapons or real strategy that can fight Hakim. The only tribe that can fight him is Big Ten, and that's it.
I think a good idea would be humans are usually weak, but humans have this thing called hysteria strength. So how about we make a virus that instead of when they get delirium, all humans enter the berserker phase, all of them, when they see a Guru, and all of them get rage, hysteria strength, and they swarm the Guru.
We reverse it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We can rebuild
and then that's
technology.
Malkav's next scheme.
Yeah.
That honestly would make sense for what Malkav would do.
If there's a guy who knows how to do that, that is Malkav.
It is just like another form of dementation at that point.
Yes. And as for where he is, nobody knows where Hakim currently is, and then the whole thing in Apocalypse with Hakim al-Fakadi. Okay, so there is no real weakness to this guy besides the storm. So until you need the weather to kill Hakim is what I'm saying. And if you don't set up the ability marks just like there's just nothing you can do against him. And that's before we even get into how astronomically strong Set has become. Where Set went from being the weakest of the Antediluvians, like next to Cappadocius in terms of weakness. But because the Set has been making sacrifices in his name for 8,000 years without stopping, he has grown to like beyond the level of an earthbound demon in strength.
It's just tremendously powerful.
Which is why he gets 6 Antediluvians under his thumb when he returns. And it takes... Yeah?
I think I know a way for the Gru to fight back, but it works on a lot of things. For instance, the Red Talons just have this gift where they can turn a human into a wolf. That's just like looked over a lot. That they just have this fucking gift.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And it always made weird. So there are some Pharaoh that can make more of themselves by ritual rather than procreation.
Yes.
And I was like, what if the Gru figure out a way to make more Gru viva ritual? At least with kinfolk.
And it would just send the mass shock troops in mass after
So they would human wave tactics.
By that point. And then Set's just over here playing Dynasty Warriors.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've defeated an enemy general.
You're even better general than I've heard.
Oh my god.
So,
that's okay. The Glasswalkers can send their clone army.
We're clones, sir. We're expendable.
And let's see.
They have no Yoda to say not to me. No, you are expendable. Now go die.
I thought that was Plo Koon.
That was. I took his spot. Sorry.
It's all good.
And as for Crucible of God, I don't see how the Garo could bounce back from that. Because that ends with Samichi activating the cells in his body and he turns the entire world into one greater whole.
And then God has to come down and
the only
smite
thing that stops them is literally God having to come in and say, oh my fucking God. Well, oh my fucking me.
Myself.
God can't
just delete this from the universe.
God can't say, oh my fucking God. He can just say, fuck me, man.
And then that's it, where you just have your group of Geru, and then that's it. That's all it's left.
Yeah. It'll be a funny apocalypse, like a joke apocalypse, is Guru meeting God.
Honestly, I started to write something not for that, but for vampire of all things. Someone survives and actually has to talk to the Guardians and go, okay, what the fuck do we actually do now? It's like, well, you did survive and you still hold the Curse of Cain, but the world's gonna reset. Okay, so do I just fade into nothing? What do I do? And I'm like, do you repent for your sins? Depending on my humanity score, either yes or no. And if you have a high enough humanity score, then it's like, okay, we can get you a soul back, and then you can go be with God now because you survived and you have high enough humanity. And if you don't, it's like, oh well, too bad, Demalpheus with you.
And I would go over Mage Ascension, but there's too many X factors in Ascension for that to happen.
Mages are so weird.
In Judgment, the Gauntlet is destroyed in that scenario.
Imagine.
And sure, you would have a massive surge of power for the Nation, but until Karen Mustai discovers the 10th sphere of unity, and then after that, and when that happens, Mage W, there's nothing stopping him after that.
Yeah, you have a massive surge of power for the Gorgon Nation. Cool. There's also a mass ascension. Look at all these mages just popping out of nowhere.
And a complete, massive, uncurable L for Order of Reason.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Oh my god, can you imagine? It's not talked about in the World of Darkness. The World of Darkness just does not understand how many a billion is, let alone 8 billion.
Yes.
and then there's so much more in that in the Umbra. So much
Yes,
more
and
fun.
they're just extending. Like, you're not beating that.
No.
Uh, see, chapter 3. Chapter 3 is more self-contained, where you've played Deus Ex the original.
Not very long, because I'm really, really bad at stealth games.
Okay, so chapter 3 of Ascension is basically the ending of Deus Ex. Is what it is. It's J.C. Denton finds the Morpheus AI and emerges with it. Is what happens. And then humanity becomes perfect. And okay, moving on. Earth will shake. Okay, well that's just a kill 'em all ending. Never mind. And it's
The Earth will
it's
shake.
right.
Dead.
It's Ragnarok if Luan didn't take the blow. That's what that boils down to. And then the whole thing you're saying about alien invasion is chapter 5.
That's Threatenol.
So yeah, but it's Eldritch Abomination instead.
Going.
Okay, if I can pronounce this fucking guy's name, it is Zigrauglur. Comes down from space.
What the fuck is that?
And let me pull up his picture.
All right.
Yeah, let me go ahead, copy that, and post him into the chat. And there he is, Kyle.
Oh, that's
Neat.
kind of cool
That's actually
looking.
Cool.
Yeah, that's one version of him. And do you want the abstract weird version of him?
Sure.
That's not abstract. Okay.
Here he is.
Oh,
that's less boring.
what
It's more
is
boring.
that?
I like the other one.
Yeah, but keep in mind just how fucking massive he is.
Yeah, it's like Gurren Lagann, basically.
Yes, where he just shows up and then just wipes the board. Where like even in terms of Ridge Cross to Heavens, there's not really anything you can do with this. you can stop this with. And what was it? Last one's Hell on Earth, and that's the full Nefandi W.
Oh my god.
Never mind.
I didn't
Another
think that...
way that Apocalypse for the Guru can happen with mass imbuing is, remember that there's a thing in the Red Talons, the Winter's Councils, where they're trying to re-Imperium and they're starting it in Canada. Like, we're gonna wipe out humanity. Like, how high can the Red Talons count?
They can't.
They can count to 16. They can count the fingers on they can count all the digits on their toes, and it's 16.
Like, oh my god, look at all these humans I killed. Like, that's like 1,000? There's billions, and you just gave away who you are.
I killed a million trillion humans.
What's the point of keeping track if you're going to kill them all anyway?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is I don't think you understand just how much humans outnumber you.
Yeah, details.
Details.
Poor Red Talons, you're nice and stupid.
That's why we love them. I say as I get my throat ripped out in the fucking forest by a wolf.
And then Wraith the Oblivion has nothing to do with this because it all takes place in the Shadowlands.
It's just basically it's basically the post game lobby is Wraith the Oblivion in the Apocalypse. You're just sitting there waiting for the queue line of all the souls trying to get into wherever, as just more and more people keep showing up. It's like that fucked up story about the haunted Fallout shelter beneath Disney.
Oh yeah, Room Zero.
Yep, Room Zero. Gee, that story fucking scared me as a kid.
Did you listen to? I think I know which one. Did you listen to the Mr. Creepypasta version of it?
I don't remember which one I listened to, but I do remember like the end of it really fucking struck me.
There's some of those that do like the whole demon voice for the whisper, but I like his one. Kind of freaked me out because it was binaural. It went from one ear to the other ear, and it was just a soft whisper instead, where it just sounded like some guy's voice.
Yeah, that's what I imagined it to be. Yeah.
So that's Wraith is a scary game. I just wish there was an audience for it.
Sadly, there's not a whole lot of audience for this game because it makes you scared and feel bad.
Now, I want to do Wraithtober, but I'm also like on the fence about Wraithtober as well.
You won't know until you try. Worst comes to worst, red run shot, see how it goes over.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It has.
Can't think of
It's,
anything
it's
else. Did Wraith, did Mage.
yeah, it's after 11 too, and
The
then all
Technocracy,
there's
they could get their little thing. What do you think the Technocracy apocalypse?
the democracy. The democracy. Well, how about we just go? Well, let's just go ahead and lie to ourselves and just tell anybody wants to hear and just say that they merged with the Glassworkers, and just phone it in.
The most compelling ending ever. Good job.
Let's just give up. We're done arguing with him about this point. Let's just say, you know what? Fine, fuck it. Get what you want already.
You know,
They managed to kill. They managed to kill Magic. What was the other people?
The traditions.
Traditions. Because
Lafondi.
the deviants, like you're all deviants. The bad guy in your game before you killed the fat dude.
The Marauders.
They just seem like all the supernaturals are deviants.
Oh, all the reality deviants, yeah.
Reality deviants, yeah.
And they killed the fat guy.
Yeah, they killed Trish killed Porter Crumb because he was trying to kill her.
And then
which
Chris
actually she should not have done. She was disobeying orders too. Then again, nobody got the full set of orders for this assignment, so that's going to play out. This
sheer unadulterated hatred Johnny has for Trish.
Trish, all you do is ruin my life. That's all you do.
Well, you know,
Trish is going to live, and your man is going to die.
You are a plague upon me, and you're going to get my husband killed.
No, I'm going to be honest. The game was rigged from the start against the Hounds because their totem is Morrigan.
You're going to get my husband killed, and it's going to be Trish's fault.
It's not, but I know that Ends the Road is going to blame her anyway.
There it is. It doesn't matter what she does.
Blame everyone for herself.
It doesn't matter what's going to go wrong. Trish is going to get the blame for it.
Yeah.
Just sheer hatred.
Just because she's Trish.
Rent free.
Yeah.
Rent fucking free, Johnny.
Rent free. It Ends the Road. Out of curiosity, I may have missed this. I know this isn't. How old is Ends?
19.
She's
19.
2 years older than Trish.
All right.
There we are.
Trying to get everyone's age here.
Yep.
She's of legal drinking age in Quebec.
The new apocalypse is just Ends the Road.
That would not surprise me in the slightest.
We finally got 1,000 XP, and I turn into the goddess of destruction she can become.
She's gonna.
I'm fucking bored. Like, someone fight me.
She's gonna become the avatar of who was Great Wendigo's lost lover back when he was Sasquatch?
Morning Sun.
Yeah, she's gonna become Morning Sun.
See, should that be the next commission picture we get Lone to do, where I just put Ends the Road in Champa's clothes, or Beerus's clothes?
That is entirely up to you.
Goddess of destruction Ends the Road.
Yes. New apocalypse ending.
Ends the Road, loses her husband to a vampire, decides to kill the world. The end.
Like, no one here deserves to live. My hubby isn't here.
Hey, it's not. You were trying to push him away anyway.
We were going. Yeah, because we wanted him to find another woman. We didn't want him to die.
Well, then you should have been more fucking specific, then, Johnny. You're gonna feel bad in another 2 sessions, and it's gonna be entirely your fault.
Should I keep the Dumpster Defenders soundboard ready for that? Or where the woman in the video goes, "You're not going to shoot my husband."
Lo and behold,
and then what happens? And then they shoot the husband.
Yep. Literally, it's a "you won't know balls," and then y'all hear something.
The man's last words in that video were something along the lines of, "What are you going to do? Shoot me?"
And yeah, that's precisely what happened.
And then to no surprise, well, it's nice that he died, but he made a lot of poor decisions towards the end of his life.
I don't know.
I
don't know how this.
I
was trying to get back on the track of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
I don't know how or what creature would do this, but for the Gru, an apocalypse being would be the thing that gives the Gru delirium.
That's interesting.
The Guru. Well, that would be that alien horror that comes in Ascension.
Yes.
Maybe.
In Chapter 4 of Ascension.
The Guru go insane when they see it.
It is. You see another abomination, you find out what the Defandi have been praying to.
Find out what the fucking Utena have been talking to.
A great Utena shows up on the surface.
We've been talking about.
We know that the Utena talk to eldritch beings, like fucking Cthulhu.
We've called the guy who's going to help us out with the scenario. His name is Narlathotep.
No, Jesus.
We're just gonna call him Nustela. We're gonna call Cthulhu to the planet. Everything's fine. We got him. He's cool. We can control him.
We're going to call our friend, and then Kyle. This is what he looks like. Give him a minute. Yeah, there it is.
What the fuck is that?
That's
our friend. That's our friend.
Yeah.
He's going to help us. He's totally cool.
And he's 20 feet tall. And that's just his first form. You want to see the other 5 faces he has?
No, I think one face is good for me.
And there we have it. All right. I think that's it. I think we got an episode.
I think that is indeed an episode.
Yeah.
So,
Howler, thank you so much for this.
Yes, that was fun.
And we are going back to Changeling for our next episode.
Yeah, nice little fun episode about whimsical folks after this gauntlet of terror and hysteria that is the end of the world.
And we also have our Changeling guy Greed on an episode as well.
What's up, Howler?
Do you know what would be I think a fun miscellaneous episode would be like if you could remake or redesign the totems, the patron totems for every tribe, what would it be? Because a lot of the problems that a lot of tribes have is their totem. Like, why are the Silverfang stick? They're falcons. Falcon. Why are the Glasswalkers asshole? Cockroach. Okay, so like, if you could pick a different totem or make a different totem, what would it be?
Oh, Tom, I just can't think of any because Stag is perfect.
Yeah, it's Rats knows what it's talking about.
Stag is perfect. How are the Fiannas doing?
Well, Stag is perfect. I didn't say the Fianna were.
Stag has the whole thing where he does this whole "don't call me, I'll call you."
Yeah.
Where Stag just shows up at the morning meeting and says, "It's once a month." He says, "All right, here's a big stack of paper projects need to be due this month. Do you have any questions? No. Good. Okay, I'll see you in a month." And he leaves.
All right, cool. Let's go drink.
Another thing that I would think would be fun. Some of the backgrounds are weird, like spirit heritage or pure breed, and like this designs what your character looks like. Like what is a pure breed, and not Utena like their skin color, but like what their actual wolf thing looks like.
Yeah.
Like the fuck what is a pure breed Utena?
Trying to piece together the pure breed colors.
Yeah.
Ooh. We do that, yeah.
Or pure or maxing out in spirit heritage. I don't know. You choose like glass. What the fuck are you looking like?
the true Glasswalker.
Yeah.
Never
Some backgrounds are just like kind of weird when you really break them down.
Yes. But, you know, they are... I imagine pure breed is more so for role-playing and for, like...
Yeah.
You know, say... You know, you say you got, like, 3 points in pure breed, you look really much like this... Or you look a lot like this, you know, mythical figure that the Galliards sing stories about... And then you go to a tribe, or you go to a sept that's owned by that tribe, and they're like, "Hey, you look just like that guy from Legend. What can we do for you?" And so it's not necessarily sept favor, but it's a more grand favor. Or you run into like kinfolk who might have heard the stories, or another Garrow that's heard the story, and be like, "Wow, you look exactly like him. Is there anything I can help you with?" And bam, you have an ally on the road.
You do, yeah.
Okay, one last idea. If you can make one more new tribe, what would it be? And why? What would it be about?
The White Howlers Part 2.
Yes.
Unwhite your howls.
Well, I'll come back to you with a better answer. Well, I did actually make one to summon Vian.
Yeah.
But I can do it again. We'll figure something out. I will wrap my head around it. So I'll find out what to do. All right. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you for that. And I think now it's time to pull the plug. Kyle, say the line.
Good night and drink water.
GN, everyone.
No, drink Monster Energy. You don't need water. That's a lie.
Drink a Celsius.
I'll drink a Monster. Hell yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.